book club day.
Hi
Our
guys.
last book club day.
Yeah.
I know, exciting.
We'll have to
Hi,
start
Stephanie.
calling it scavenger hunt day.
Scavenger hunt day coming up in September. Hi, Stephanie. Cajun. Hello, Nancy. Hi, Lee. Sherry. Hello. I came prepared today. Talk about coffee always makes me want some. So here I am. Ooh, Cinnabon. That's funny because my creamer is cinnamon French toast.
Ooh, that's good. What
I
brand
had
is that?
It's it's like the Walmart generic brand. It's powdered
Okay.
milk.
Oh,
It's
cool.
it's it's powdered creamer, and then I just put a little milk in with it, and I think it's perfect. Because I like cinnamon. That's my favorite.
Me
Hi,
too.
Stephanie G.
I had toffee nut from that Tarani. They had some. It was a new
Oh,
flavor they
Oh.
had at Walmart to try for the sugar free. So
Oh, wow.
yum.
isn't too bad.
I have sugar-free hazelnut and half in mine.
I just don't
And
like
now it's water.
hazelnuts.
You just don't like what?
Hazelnuts?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's like my favorite nut.
Really? Oof. I don't know. Yeah. Just never been a fan. So I don't like Nutella or anything like that. I'm just weird, I guess. I don't know.
Are those little candies, the Ferrero Rochers? Those are like my favorite.
Yeah.
I like the Werthers. I know that's not hazelnut, but Stephanie G. Hello, Susan G. Cajun, that coffee sounds so good. Yeah. I'm having homemade buttermilk cinnamon bread. Now I'm
Oh,
jealous.
right?
Whew.
That makes my breakfast yogurt sound pretty
That's
whimsy. It's like, oh.
It is. It tastes like just like the buns. Yum. Hi, Sophia. Yum. Exactly, Nancy. Justice said, wasn't able to finish the book, but I'm so close to getting to the end.
nice.
That sounds yummy, Miss. Yeah, it does. I'm waiting for someone to bring me everything bagel with cream cheese. That sounds delicious.
Like on your vlog, it looked really good. Bagels, I was looking during our first sprint, I'm actually making a bagel with cream cheese because I'm hungry. So you guys got to watch me eat.
Yeah, it did look good when you were eating in your car. The bagel that you had with the cream cheese,
Yeah.
that did look good.
I've never had like a fresh bagel from a place like made. I've only ever bought them from the store. So I can imagine they're probably way better.
Stephanie, buttermilk cinnamon bread sounds good. Did you bake it? Oh, she did. Nice. Nice. I made grilled cheese for lunch. Grilled
There you
ham
go.
cheese.
Nice.
Because somebody, I mean, I like grilled cheese anyways, and then somebody was talking in the Discord. Oh,
Oh, the
Steph was
that,
talking in
yeah.
the Discord that she read, or she is
Yeah.
reading that first grilled cheese book. And I was like, oh, that sounds really good. So that's what Kevin and I had for lunch.
Nice.
Plus, we wanted something small because we're celebrating his birthday tonight, so we're having a big dinner.
Did you decide what type of food you're going to have?
I think we're gonna do the Chili's because they have like a 2 for 30 or whatever meal where you can, so I think we're gonna do that and pick it up.
Me and my mom did that a while back. It was good. You get to share an appetizer and you each get an entree and you get to share a dessert. So
yeah. So I think we're gonna do that.
nice.
During one of the sprints, I'll probably go downstairs to fix something for lunch because we haven't had lunch yet.
Gotcha.
I will never get over time zones that I haven't even had breakfast and you guys have lunch.
What did I do? Oh, there. That would be great. Stephanie thinks, yeah, we want the recipe. Taco salads for dinner, Tiffany. Just thought I'd let you know. Hey, yeah. Thank you for Nancy. I appreciate that. That's what so when I work late, we usually have a different kind of salad through the week. One night a week, I usually fix something in the crock pot. And then the other nights we'll have like a salad, and we're doing taco salads this week. I love taco salad. Eating leftovers from last night for lunch. Nice. That's the best. Oh, Nancy, Chili's is good. Yeah. I love that we always start with coffee and food. I know. So, well, we want to get everybody time to get here before we really start talking about the book. So yeah. And do you want to do like a sprint at 10 or quarter after, and that way you guys can get food, and then we'll start talking about the book during right after the first sprint.
Oh, that's fine.
I just want I know you guys.
I told Dad whenever we had our first sprint, I would come down and he could have his food.
Yeah, why don't we do that then? We'll sprint it.
Yeah, don't make your poor dad wait for his lunch.
Yeah,
I'm gonna share that we're live in Discord.
Sure.
It's like super easy. He went and got some brats from the store so we could just like microwave them and then like.
Nice. Tell Dad I was thinking of him.
All right.
Although you didn't care when he ate. Tiffany and Ro were looking out for him.
Yes, and
I'm sure he'll appreciate that
today.
Tuna fish salad. I love tuna salad. I like anything like that. I like chicken salad, tuna salad. Yum.
I think me and my husband are going to go to lunch or dinner with Spedbot and his girlfriend.
Nice.
Today. Yeah. I don't know where we're going though.
Chinese. Yum. I love Chinese.
Chinese, that's our Sunday destination. Always after church, that's where we go.
Every Sunday?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm curious about what everyone has to say. I didn't get it. Read it. Gotcha. I was still in Florida for my birthday, and I'd go to either a seafood or a Cuban restaurant. Oh my gosh, we had the most amazing Jamaican restaurant food a little ways back. It was so good, but I agree. I like Cuban, and I love seafood. Love it.
I was gonna say you guys probably get fresh seafood, right? Since there's right by the water.
And I love seafood, but
I've tried it so many times. I don't like it. I want to.
Oh no.
Yeah.
But we're just trying to find something that we can just pick up and bring home, and we're not. It's too bad down here to be out, and I have some autoimmune stuff that I have to be real careful. So.
I've only ate at Chili's one time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
How many people live in your town, Storm?
There's the population's around 2,000, I think.
Okay, so really small.
Yeah. So any of the like major food places we have
chains.
To go.
Yeah,
we have to go. There's 10 miles away. There's a smaller town, Neosho, which has some restaurants and stuff. But then the fancy ones like Chili's,
like 30 minutes probably.
Yeah, you have to go about 30 minutes or more.
My town has about probably like 60,000, maybe more now.
Wow.
That's big. I thought that was kind of small.
Oh yeah, that's big. But I'm from like the size Storm's talking about, because it was an Amish. You guys,
but not where you live now.
But where I live now probably has under 5.
Under 5,000?
Right about 5.
Wow. Yeah, I live in a small city. It's definitely not like the capital. Like when I live like an hour from the capital, and that is so crowded. It's ridiculous. Like we have a lot of name brand stuff, but we don't have everything. So like we have a Chili's, but if I wanted to go to like a Cheesecake Factory or Chick-fil-A or whatever, I'd have to drive like an hour away.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, I live around a bigger area, but like I live in something. I live in a place called Parish. They call it a village, so
like a complex. Yeah.
So it's like 3. I think it's got about 5,000, but we're also only maybe a little under an hour from Tampa, which is nice because we could go into the big city if we really want to, and not.
Yeah, so you don't have to live around it, but it's convenient. Yeah.
Yeah.
I live about an hour to hour and a half from like the biggest cities to us, which would be like Springfield and Branson.
Oh yeah.
It's probably like a culture shock to go there because it's so much busier than your guys' town. I know I'm always overwhelmed when I go to.
I don't like to drive, and neither does my dad, so we never go to any of those places. But when I go with other people, it's like I would be so lost with all the roads and stuff.
Well, and when I first went to college, I went to a big university, and one of my lecture halls had almost the same amount of people as my hometown.
And you're like,
it's so weird. And I mean, it was a big, but
yeah, I like to go to the grocery store at like 11 p.m. So there's only like 10 people in the store because I don't like crowds either. I'm with you. I'm not a crowd person, but we haven't been inside the grocery store in like a year and a half. Wow.
We just do all pickup.
I tried doing that, and they just get my stuff. I don't know if it's just my Walmart or whatever, but they get my stuff wrong, or they'll say something sold out or it's not, or they'll substitute something I didn't want, and it's just like, or the vegetables.
I always wondered how that would work because I'm like, what if they're out of whatever it is? Do they just give you whatever they?
Well, you're supposed to
because you've already paid for it, or
there's stuff you could say allow substitutions for, or you don't want it substituted. The problem is if you say you don't want it substituted, they don't give you anything. And if you say allow substitutions, they can give you something that's completely different, but they think it's similar.
But if you pay for it before you get it, I mean, like, and so if they don't have what you want, you just don't get your money back.
So let's say you spent $100 worth of stuff and they were out of 5 things. They will change it to like $80. Like they don't charge you for it. If they're out of it. And but then it sucks because then you got to make a separate trip because they didn't have 10 things that you wanted.
Yeah. And they like when they do the substitutions, it's usually like she's brand. It'll be a different brand, but kind of the same thing. Although they've given me things like if I order like LaCroix sometimes, like the flavored water, you know, and their substitution will be just a different flavor of LaCroix, but it might be something I hate. But they're like, well, it's kind of the same.
Exactly. Okay. Or they give me the coconut one.
And right, exactly. And I'm like, that's not really the same thing just because it's the same concept. Like it's, you know, I don't like grape or I don't like what I don't know. I'm just saying. But for us, it's still convenient because I get what you're saying. But like, again,
it's better than going in. Yeah.
Yeah. Because of some immuno issues, I really haven't been going. I mean, for like a year and a half, I don't really go inside many places. And then for Kevin's always done the grocery shopping.
So if they are out of stuff, he can go make a little run for you guys.
Yeah. But Kevin's always done the grocery shopping. But the problem is that we save a lot of money doing the pickup because he'll add like $30 worth of junk food every time you go to the grocery store every single week.
Yeah, you can't just like hungry shop and randomly, and it shows you the prices. Yeah.
Yeah.
The funny thing is I used to do grocery pickup before the pandemic and it was great. But now during the pandemic, everybody does it. So it's gone to crap in my town. So now I'm like, I just go at like 11 p.m. and I'm good.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say, I'm sure that it's up there. I see those little people with the little blue carts running everywhere in our Walmart and stuff.
Yeah. They can't even keep the shelf stock because so many people use it.
Nancy said, I love all seafood. I'm making shrimp, crab meat, cauliflower, rice casserole. Yum.
Can I come to your house?
Yeah, no kidding. I love seafood too. My crock pot meal this week is chicken cheese rice casserole.
I need to open, since there's a lot of foodie stuff in Cozies, I need to open a recipe channel so people can share.
Yeah.
All this stuff sounds good, especially crock pot recipes for the fall. Like I want some of those.
Yeah. Oh, I love seafood too. Yeah. And I use my crock pot. Oh my gosh. Crock pot's my best friend. We have an hour. We are an hour from Disney World and about 90 minutes from Tampa. Nice. They put the money on hold and then charge you when you pick up. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I always wondered how that worked.
So we're gonna. They don't charge you for stuff you don't get. Yeah, 15. We'll do.
Yeah, we'll sprint in 2 minutes. Instacart text. Yeah. Substitutions. We shop really early when they open, and I like to see what's new. Gotcha. I haven't been in a store except Walgreens or Racetrack Gas Convenience since April last year. Yeah. Yeah. So, what are you guys reading today?
I need to finish up my audiobook. I have about 30 minutes of The Familiar Motives by Delia James. And then I'm still working on Southern Chocolate Shop #4 because I'm trying to savor it because it's the last book and I don't want it to end.
Gotcha. Are you liking the first book you were talking about?
The Familiar Motives? Yeah. It's a trilogy. This is the third book. I read the first two like 2 years ago, and I gave the first book 3 stars, the second book 2 stars. And then I was just like looking for stuff and I saw the cover. I'm like, oh yeah, I need to read that last book. I looked at my ratings. I'm like, well, I didn't really like it that much. But this one is like a 4-star. Like I'm really enjoying it. So I don't know if just my taste have changed or it's better than the other ones, but yeah, I'm liking it.
Awesome.
It's a pleasant surprise.
And Storm, I know we're sprinting right now. What are you reading?
I need to get back to Cajun Kiss of Death by Ellen Byron so I can get it finished up.
And that's the last one too, right?
I think so. So I think that's why I keep putting it off and not reading too much of it.
Yeah.
So, like,
I know I read the last book so slow because I'm just like a couple, like a chapter here and there because I'm like, I don't
she's coming out with a new vintage cookbook series next year. So
Oh, cool.
I figured this is probably the last one.
You mentioned that, and I couldn't find it on Goodreads or anything.
The only way I know that is it says in her like bio on Goodreads
okay.
that she's
So
coming out with it.
so they just haven't announced it yet.
Gotcha. All right. And I'm reading the same as yesterday. I'm about halfway through each, a racing book and then roast mortem. So we'll come back at 45. Tell us all what you read in the chat. I see a few people. We'll get to the comments when we get back so we stay on track.
And on Stephanie's comment.
Yes. Happy reading, everyone. How was your sprint?
Good. I got 11 minutes 11 minutes till I finished, and it was just like the intense confrontation scene. It was good.
Oh my gosh. Ugh.
So I'll be finishing it next sprint.
Cool. So I'll get caught up on comments, and then we'll start getting people's ratings for Arsenic and Adobo, which Jessa said she's still reading. Susan G said I finished Billionaire Blend. Oh, and started the next one in the series, Once Upon a Grind. I am about 60% in the same series for number 9, Roast Mortem.
Nice.
Yes. And I've already read number 10, so I'll be ready.
Okay.
11.
Then you'll be caught up with me because that's the one I need. Next one I need to read is 11.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Awesome. Hi, Storm.
Hey.
So Susan G also said also started Checked Out for Murder by Alison Brooke. It's the last in the Haunted Library series, and the next one comes out in November. I like that series. I think it's not as haunted as it should be to call itself a Haunted Library series, but I do still enjoy it. Especially because if it was too, because I was just going to say if it was too like haunted, it would probably be too paranormal for me. So
yeah, it's enjoyable, but there's nothing special. I'm all caught up too, so waiting on the next one.
And I do like books. Maybe it's part of it too, is I like library settings. So that might be
I think they call it haunted just because there's probably like a ghost.
Yeah.
And so,
but the problem is the ghost is like barely seen.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I think
haunted
in the first
library,
book,
and
right? I think in the first book you maybe saw her twice, 2-3 times tops.
I haven't read that series yet, but it's on my list.
And even when you did, it was like a split second, right? I mean, it was like a couple-minute encounter. It was, to call itself a haunted library, you would just think that the ghosts would be way more present.
And the most you see her is when they get to her backstory, which is book 3, I think, or 4. And but then the author did say there's going to be a new ghost in number 5, right? Or 5 or 6.
I was like,
5 or 6.
As it goes, it gets more haunted.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she's an author that I interviewed, and she said that there'll be a new ghost.
I forget which one it was.
It's either number 5 or number 6. I can't remember which one. And I kind of have an idea in my mind. I can't wait because I think Cozy and I talked about this. The ghost, I think, is someone we know, and so I'm really excited about it. But I'm not sure. I don't know. I forgot. Totally off.
Yeah, I just forgot about it. It has to be that. It has to. That'll make it more.
Maybe in October I will start that series for a Cozy October.
It's a fun one. It has good characters. It's just not what you expected because she spends her time at the library, but then she spends a lot of time at home too, and you don't see the ghost there at all. So like the ghost doesn't follow her home or anything.
So I didn't want to be left out, so I did read some. Nice. I listened to Matchmaking Can Be Murder because I've been listening to by Amanda Flower. So
I'm
almost 3 hours into it now. So
I love that series. So I think I've talked about that series somewhat with Cozy, but of course it's a play. But I mean, when I say spinoff, it takes place in Harvest, but it's kind of fun because you see the same characters, but you see them in different
settings,
roles, because so you've read, what number are you on the Candy Shop?
Me? I've read up to 4. So
yeah. And then Cozy, where are you at? 1. There's a Amish lady who she's like married to the bishop. So she's kind of like,
Ruth.
exactly. Ruth.
Yeah.
So you see her in this, but in like the Candy Shop series, she's kind of thought of as just the bishop's wife, and you have to be nice to her. You have to respect her. Don't get on her bad side. But in this one, the main character is
their quilting deal that they do or whatever.
Yeah. And the main character is a matchmaker, of course, but she's an older woman. So she's like Ruth's own age, and they've known each other since like school days. So she's like, I don't care who you think you are, Ruth. You better watch your tone with me. And so she was just doing totally different like role. And the sidekick is an English woman who like really is no nonsense. And so you see, I don't know, it's fun to see the characters totally different than what you think of them in the other series.
I was worried that the sidekick would be Juliet, and I heard that
No.
she's really pushy. Okay.
No, this one is funny because like Ruth was like, "Why didn't you call the bishop before you called the police?"
Yeah.
and
in
Millie's
the
like,
Candy
"I had
Shop
to call the
series,
police because
right? And in the Candy Shop series, if Rose would have said that, people would have been shaking in their boots.
yeah.
But in this series, they're like, you need to back yourself up. I don't know. It's really fun to see that angle of things. Leanna said, I apologize for being late. Leanna, I was fine with it, but you should have heard what Storm said when you were late. I don't know. I'm kidding. Welcome, Leanna. Glad you're here.
I can't say anything. I was late coming
She
back.
did
from
not
eating.
say anything. I'm totally teasing. Hi, Donna. She said, I'm still reading Arsenic and Adobo, but I'm almost done with it. Nice. Hi, Bookchara. It's nice to see you. Angel's here. Hi, Angel. Hugo. Hi, Hugo. He said hello. I arrived a little late cleaning day. Oh, yeah. That's what weekends are for, I think, anymore. Lee. Scribbling cat. Hello. Just wanted to say hi. I need to lurk to clean and cook dinner. Gotcha. Well, thanks for stopping in. Stephanie said she read 15% of her ebook. Stephanie G. reading Murder Simply Stitched. I just finished that series. Maybe a couple weeks ago. I really liked it. Let me know what you think of it, Stephanie. Ooh, Nancy's at 91% too. She's
Wow.
Yeah. Justice said on page 155. Cajun read 8%. Nice, Cajun. Hi, Dream. It's good to see you. Sherry said 4% of Full Throttle. Who is that one by?
Isn't that what you're reading?
Yes, that's why I'm asking her. I'm like, I doubt she's reading the same one, but I guarantee there's more than one book named Full Throttle.
That's funny. That's because I was
but the book I'm reading, and I'm like, I don't think it's the same one she's reading. Could be, but I doubt it.
Hers is probably more of a
one
thriller
she
mystery.
might be Janet Ivanovich, I think, has a book called Full Throttle. I think. The one that writes the Stephanie Plum series, but I could be wrong.
Yeah.
Susan G said, I'm just on chapter 4 of Checked Out for Murder, and Evelyn has appeared several times. It's about a psychic who is murdered. Maybe she could be the new ghost.
We're talking about what happens in book 3. But
yes.
Synopsis, that's why I never read synopsis nowadays. It flat out says who gets murdered in number 3 in the synopsis.
Oh, I didn't know that because I don't read synopsis either, and I was shocked.
Yeah, I was shocked. I would have been upset if I know. Like, so I've started to read synopsis nowadays, and it tells you, a second victim and a third victim. You're like, what? So it's like synopsis. They used to be like a little hint. Now it's a freaking whole book spoiler.
Yeah, I don't ever read them, but I was shocked by book 3. That's my guess, Susan.
Yeah, what happens in number 3? Yeah,
what happens in number 3 will be the ghost.
Yeah,
but I don't know. And I don't think I've read it.
You're making me want to read this series. Now stop it.
Yeah, please don't read the synopsis because it gives away the entire plot of book 3.
Well, I kind of know what the books are about, so then I don't really read the synopsis that much, especially on Cozies. Like a lot of times I read like that, the like tagline or the little caption that's highlighted at the beginning and it says, and an all new such and such. It's like, okay, that's
or just the first line, be like, I know it's about this and this is their job, but don't go further on because now it tells you the whole thing. It said the whole plot of the book. I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, they should like just tell you like, some mean person gets killed in town or whatever,
No, they should be like librarian, there's a ghost, but like not go into it says the whole plot of the book. It's like a whole, like 2 paragraphs of the whole plot of the book. I'm like, what's the point of reading it?
Yeah.
That's sad. Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to next month's videos because I think I said this last night, but all my spotlight except for the States box is going to be like Halloween type of books. I'm going to do Halloween theme, but I'm also going to separate and do a witch one and a ghost theme because there's so many. I mean, witches totally need their own. And then I might combine some of the other ones like ghost and vampire together or werewolf. I don't know, whatever I find. But I feel like I want to do them in September so then I can kind of have an idea of, or give people ideas for October. But I'm looking forward to it because
I was gonna say, check out Kindle Unlimited. Put in paranormal cozies. They have a ton of witch and ghost on Kindle Unlimited.
I've read like a couple, and I think it's called the Beechwood Mysteries
by Daniel Garrett or something.
Yeah, they live together in like an apartment complex, I believe. And like one's a witch, one's a werewolf, and one's a vampire, and they like all live in the same.
I've seen it, but I haven't tried it. And then there's another one that's called like the Iced Tea Witches or something. They have like an iced tea shop. There's a lot
of witches. That's why I was like, oh, they have to have their own category, and then I'll kind of combine. And then I want to do like more fall themed because that's still October, but I want to like, so all of my September stuff's going to be like fall-y type of.
I have an entire Goodreads shelf separated by fall and autumn, so you can have a look on it. I have like
nice
books on there. Yeah,
nice. Nancy said we'll be starting the Guncle after I finish Steamed Open, which is almost done. Which book is that? Does anybody know? I don't know.
The Guncle protagonist talked about it. It's a contemporary. It's a
it's about a gay uncle.
I think the wife dies, and so I don't know if the brother or the wife was related, but and then the dad's having a hard time taking care of the kids by themselves. So the gay uncle, they call him Guncle, he comes to take care of the kids during the summer or whatever. So it looks cute.
Oh, that sounds cute.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Lee said that's on my TBR. I think it's going to be a fun one. That sounds really fun. Me too, Lee. I need to discuss because I have to go soon. Okay. Yes. So what is everybody's rating? I know what Cozy thinks as far as her rating. I'll let her say, but Storm, how did you rate this book?
I gave it 3 stars because, I mean, some of the stuff, even though it was like triggering to others, I already knew kind of some of the stuff because I've been to the Philippines, and so I kind of know how it is over there. So it didn't really bother me that much. But
gotcha. And Cozy?
I DNF'd it at 123 pages, but I tried 18 chapters on audiobook, and then I read up to page 123. So I got like 5 or 6 hours of reading out of it. So it's read to me. And based on what I read, it was a 1 star.
Gotcha. And I gave it like a 2.5, but I'll round it up to a 3. There were parts I really liked, but there were parts that I really bothered me, which brought it down again.
Yeah. And you were so excited about it.
I was so excited about this book. And partly, so this is just my opinion. I listened to it on audio. Did you guys listen to it on audio? I know you did.
I listened to it on audio. And I kind of followed it along with the book because I had an e-arc.
Yeah.
I don't know
18 chapters,
that it was meant to. I mean, I know that she was like mimicking some of her relatives' voices, but it sounded like she was making fun at points when she was, mimicking them. Kind of like you would mimic your mom. My mom says, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it just, I don't know. There were just certain things, and I know what you were talking about, Cozy, with them talking about the weight. And then I know, Storm's like, well, that's a cultural thing. But there were parts for me, more than any of that, I thought that there was a lot of plot holes in this book that weren't done the best. I'll probably still read number 2 just to see how, if it gets better.
I want to know if Cranky Cop gets better.
I just had a really hard time with this. I had a really hard time with this book, I think, because I wanted to like it so much. Mm-hmm. And there were parts of it I really liked, like the concept of a family restaurant's a big thing for me. Love those. And I like when, I know some, like Cozy is the exact opposite, but I like when it's like this overbearing family that's all up in each. I like stuff like that. But then there was things that I really didn't like about the main character specifically.
Yes.
That pulled it back down. So it was like this.
I think she was supposed to be 25, but she acted like a teenager. She was so shallow and immature and just mean. So if that's in their culture, that's how they show love, is by, picking on each other. That's fine. But it's really foreign to me.
Mhm.
And to me, it just felt like I have a family member that does that like nitpicks everything. And it just, I don't know. So that was upsetting to me. And like telling somebody that they look like a witch because they wear black and that you don't look good with a hat and a ponytail and you're getting big every time I see you. And then she goes, oh, that's how they show love. To me, that's just, that rubbed me the wrong way. But then the main character does it too with like just random people and her appearance. And then one of the biggest things that gets me is your restaurant's getting shut down because you're getting accused of murder. She goes to the coffee shop where her best friend works and she's crying and she goes to the bathroom to take her makeup off. And then she goes, oh, there's news vans outside. She's like, I can't go outside like this. So she puts on a whole new face of makeup. I'm like, seriously, like you care, you're that shallow that you had to put on and then she doesn't even talk to the reporter. She just goes straight to the thing. So, but she had to have a face of makeup on just to go outside. And when she was at the diner, she complained about the meatloaf and that she didn't want to sit at the counter. And she's like, I don't know why anybody would want to sit next to each other. But then she ended up liking the meatloaf. It's like, she was just so nitpicky. And then she goes to the police station and they automatically accuse her of drug trafficking and arrest her. And the cop was, I didn't go into a lot of the sleuthing, so I don't know about the plot holes. I did skip to the end to see who it was. But I'm curious to see. And the setting was like, was the restaurant closed the whole time? Because when I stopped, it was still closed on page 123. So it's like you don't even get the restaurant part because it was closed. So like, what do they do? Is it like a lot of her house?
I think
and
it
stuff,
was
or?
closed the whole time, wasn't it?
Yeah, so you don't get a nice setting. And the characters didn't like their town. They made fun of their town, Shady Palms. And Adina and Lila kept saying how they hated their town. And it's like, the characters are supposed to be lovable and they're supposed to be a fun town. So it's like, it didn't feel like a cozy. Everything turned me off.
You know, and when you said the character's name, it's so funny because if you listen to the whole thing on audio, at one point
they say Leela too,
and she's like, "Yeah, that's how you pronounce it," but then like they go right back to saying Lila again
because she doesn't want to correct them anymore, so she just lets them call her that.
Yeah, they say both. Yeah,
because the one's like, "Wait, am I supposed to call you Leela or Lila? Because I've been calling you like." Lila this whole time, but it's really, and she goes, oh yeah, that's my name, but nobody ever calls me that. And I just get tired of correcting them. So I just go ahead and let them call me that.
Yeah. So everybody in the chat, tell us what you rated it, what you thought. I don't see any ratings so far. Did I miss a rating?
No,
Nancy said 3 stars.
Oh, did she? I'm sorry. So
but she has to go, so she said.
Okay. Stephanie said, I love it so far. I'm going to tell you guys, thanks, Nancy. Joe Hill wrote Full Throttle. Okay. Not the same one.
That's a horror book.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely not the same one I'm reading.
That's Stephen King's son.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Our Sherry that reads middle grade and Cozies likes horror too. It's sad.
I hate when they spoil stuff in the synopsis. Me too, Stephanie.
Yeah, the entire thing was.
So as I looked over my notes, I think I liked it better than the 3-star. I gave Arsenic and Adobo. I liked the characters and the diversity and the cultural aspects.
What character was likable? I'm sorry. I didn't like any of them.
The mother was okay.
Which one?
The mother was okay, I thought. I mean,
Tita, is it Tita Rosie? Or that's her aunt, right?
Oh yeah, her aunt or whatever. Yeah, she was okay.
See, that's the thing is when I stopped, they didn't show her much. Maybe they show her later on.
She like the policeman. He's like wanting to be their friend because he was their friend, but he's being so rude and so mean. But then he wants to be friends, and because he likes the aunt and everything.
Yeah,
and
everybody's like, saying they like
no.
her, yeah.
You shut me down. You think don't even talk to me kind of a thing,
Yeah, she like kicked him out at one point.
You tell him.
He was like, he's like, I look forward to seeing you again. She's like, no, I don't want to see you again. Don't come back. I was like, dang.
Yeah, like I wanted to see more of the family aspect. I think I stopped too soon for that. But it's just everything was running me the wrong way. And then the way the cop acted, like they're not going to instantly arrest her and accuse her of drug trafficking with no proof just because it was in her locker. And they accused her of murder right there too. And it's like,
and that's like one of the things that's like was real triggering to like the Filipinos that read it. And that's because their president, he is really hardcore against drugs. And the thing with like them, if you're caught with drugs, you could get shot right there in the street.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, and so to have somebody framed with drugs and stuff I could see that being very triggering for them.
Yeah.
But that's why I said, but it's not, for me, but I could see how
Right.
it could be for them.
Gotcha.
The whole thing up to page 123, and I did it twice because I did audio and then that. It was just I felt anxiety and a sense of unease the whole time. I didn't feel comforted at all. So that's why I couldn't even give it higher than a 1. And I tried to push through. I was like, okay, I'm going to read this whole thing even if I'm not enjoying it. And I forget what was the last straw, but I was just like, I don't know. I didn't get a sense of enjoyment, but I could see how other people would like it because it's a different. It's just, to me, I don't know if this is the way new cozies are because I don't read a lot of new releases, but I don't know.
And I liked all the food, but even the food I thought was very unbalanced. I thought there was too much. Like, I liked hearing about the food, but I mean, it was nonstop.
Yeah.
And I just felt like it was filler at some point when there was that much of it. So, because I like to hear about, the different cultural meals and stuff like that, but I just thought it was overdone. Like,
I've had adobo there in the Philippines, but at least it didn't have arsenic in it.
It's just like
Knock
that.
on wood.
Like maybe the food was the only thing that they had that was cozy about it. Like everything else was.
And the ube that they talked about, the ice, it was ice cream and it's purple and
the little bean. And then what were the plot holes you were talking about? Like,
I just felt like there were some times where things weren't explained very well. The explanations didn't make sense for things, even small things. I'm trying to think. I should have took notes on specifically, but I just felt like it wasn't like when they gave the explanation. You were like, really? Just like what you're saying with, would they really arrest automatically and acute? It's like, really? Not that that's a plot hole, but it's like you're questioning the explanation. Like, that doesn't really make sense, right? I felt like there was a lot of those kind of things throughout the book. And just some behaviors, like how she behaved at certain things, I don't think people
was Derek the ex-boyfriend or whatever he was.
Yeah.
Was he that rude to all the other restaurants? I can't remember. Or was it?
Yeah. He would go around and give bad reviews, and then he was in cahoots with the health inspector, and together they would say, "Oh, you." And that's the thing, is we had just read Hummus and Homicide, so I love that. So I was like, "Oh my god!" I was like, "This is like a bad version of Hummus and Homicide," because you have the food inspector, the health inspector, and like all that, and dies at the restaurant. But it's
what was it they were trying to do, though? Were they trying to buy up property or something?
So, no. Okay, so
I can't remember.
Derek had like a money problem or something. So, and he was trafficking drugs. And the dad, who was supposed to be the landlord of the restaurant, was trying to get him out of it. So the stepdad and Derek worked a scheme with the health inspector so that he could say, with the constructor, that they could say all these violations, but if you use this construction guy, we'll save you money. But they were getting kickbacks from it. So they were conning the restaurants. And then, but at one point they said Mr. Long was the landlord. And then page 60 something, she says, my aunt hasn't remodeled the place since she bought it in the 90s. So I'm like, wait, do you own the restaurant or are you renting it? So like there was that was weird. And then did the killer make sense? I read who it was. It was Adina's boss at the coffee shop. Did that make sense? Like how that happened? Okay.
Yeah, because his sister or somebody close to him died from the drugs that Derek was selling. Yeah. I don't remember if it was sister or mom. I mean, it was somebody relative-wise or girlfriend, someone he cared about very much. And so that was basically.
Yeah, I saw that. I think it was.
Yeah, I read it,
but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I read that part, but I didn't know if like the lead up to it was done well because I didn't read that part.
Yeah. Yes, the gun call. I now want to kind of read that. I hate reviews that have spoilers with no warning. I will now skim reviews when looking into new series. Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry, but the synopsis is worse than the reviews because the synopsis laid everything out.
Yay, Stephanie! Thank you. I'm excited.
Mm-hmm.
I will read the next one when it comes out. I liked Leela. and that she was supportive to her friend Adina and her sexuality. I like the calendar crew. Yeah, which was the old like
The ladies that I hated. Yeah.
And then
So, like, when you said you didn't like the narrator when she was like doing the calendar girls and being like, oh, you shouldn't be doing things like that, kind of, and it sounded like they were making fun. Yeah, because I'm like, I don't remember the Filipinos sounding like that.
And see, that was my problem with, I read the first Noodle Shop book on audiobook. And to me, when she's doing the Asian voices, to me, it sounds like you're mocking too. Like I have about the same issue. That's what I was saying. I was like, maybe I'm just not connected to the culture. Maybe I need to just, read more diversity. But because I'm so far disconnected, it makes me feel like they're being mean. And even if that is their culture, it's like, I just feel like it's mean. And I'm like, is that how all Asian communities are? And so it's like, I want to read about a nice Asian family. It makes me, I don't know.
Yeah, it just, yes, that's exactly what I was talking about, Storm. And the same with that. I just don't want it to seem like it just felt like she was mocking them in a very not just mocking them, because like I will mimic my mom's voice when I'm talking to somebody. When my mom's driving me crazy, I'll be like, my mom said, me, or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
But this felt more cultural mocking, like that's what she thinks. And maybe that is what older Asian women sound like in terms of an accent, but it just felt like there was, I don't know, it made me uncomfortable.
Yeah, me too.
I don't really care if I know who's murdered beforehand. Just don't want to know who did the deed. Sorry if I spoiled anything. Gotcha. I'll stick with the 3 because it was my initial racing. Sorry, folks have to go, and for sharing early. No problem, Nancy. I'm sure you're gone, but we'll see you later. If it's someone there just to be murdered, I'm okay. No, but if it's someone we know from other books, I want to be surprised.
Yeah,
gotcha.
Exactly. And this is a character that we know, so don't read the synopsis of book 3 in that series, whatever you do.
Gotcha. I also like the food and the Filipino dishes. Yeah, I enjoyed reading about those too. Like I said, it was just, I did feel like it was overdone.
And when they found out that they thought the foods were being poisoned, they had already cleared the dishes because they're all about keeping the restaurant clean. And they're like, wait, you already washed them? And they had already cleared all the dishes and put them in the sink. But then I guess they didn't wash them. And that's another thing. How did they know which dishes he had? And they tested it. And Adina had ends. She had like leads in the department, but she still got the results back early. I don't know. Some of that wasn't believable.
That's what I mean by kind of holes to me. So they're not really plot holes per se, but it just seemed a lot of unrealistic stuff.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, like the author was taking liberties, which realistically that would take a couple weeks to come back. I don't care if you have a friend that works at the place; they're not going to give them to you in 2 days. Like, well, let's speed it through, and they'd have to go through all the dishes and all that. And yeah, like Adina just had she had connections at the morgue, she had connections at the lab. Like she was like, I don't know.
I did not hate this book. And again, I gave it like 2.5 stars, which is a low rating for me because I definitely didn't love it. I probably, and so I rounded it up to a 3. I will probably check out book 2. And I really hope that some of the stuff I'm talking about, I don't think this will ever be a favorite series. I had such high hopes for it too. Yeah. I feel like maybe I'm being too hard on it in my own mind because I had such high hopes for it. You know how like you go in with these,
don't meet your expectations, so you.
Yeah, but I definitely think I'll check out book 2, and I really hope that it's something.
Yeah, it could just be a startup, and this was her debut book. She's a debut author too, so it could just be.
That's what I was gonna say. Maybe she'll look at some of the reviews and say, "Okay, well, then maybe I need to make it a little bit more,
more cozy."
Since her sensitive reviewers or whatever told her, things that she shouldn't put into it. So maybe she'll take that into consideration with the next one. And maybe she won't put that kind of stuff in it.
But the hardest thing with that is if you look at, so I was initially excited about this too. I'd seen it on NetGalley. But then as I read the synopsis and as I was reading reviews, I'm like, oh, I don't think I'm going to like this. And so I went in expecting not to like it, but I expected to be pleasantly surprised. I didn't expect to be really disappointed. But the thing is, she has a lot of readers who don't read Cozies reviewing her books too. So I think she already had most of the second one written because they work ahead of time.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying is like she has all different audiences judging her book. So I don't know if that's going to help even the reviews.
Yeah, and since it was like a book of the month book,
yeah,
I don't think they, I think people thought it was going to be like more of a
mystery thriller. Yeah.
Well, and I'm kind of sad that if you've never read a cozy and that's the first one you get, because I don't think that was a good representation of a cozy.
Yeah.
And so I saw a lot of people's reviews that are like, I've never read a cozy and I never will again after this. And I'm like, oh, that's heartbreaking, because I don't think that this was a good representation.
It wasn't, yeah. And like I said, I've always said I don't think trigger warnings should be in cozy. You shouldn't have to have trigger warnings. Cozies are supposed to be cozy.
Yeah. Junebug Hannah, I think this was the second cozy she ever read. So she liked it, but I'm like,
she sent me a
Oh, did she
send me a thing to read? Yeah, okay. I'll read that in a little bit. Don't remind me, because she sent me a paragraph.
I just even if I don't like the characters or there's something off on Cozies, I still get that warm comfort and feeling, like, because you have the town and you have like the characters' routines and the characters happy in the town. Even if there's things that bothers me, I still get a relaxing, calming feeling. This was nothing about it felt cozy to me, so it made me upset because I didn't even get the setting or anything else, the town feel or anything. That's what was most disappointing to me, is that, like, I could go, let's just say I didn't like the main character, I could handle that, but it's everything else combined with it that I was like, oh, that's disappointing.
I agree. Cajun said, I'm okay to know brain faster than fingers today. Gotcha. Stephanie said, this makes me feel less guilty about not getting to it. Yeah.
I've also heard people say they really like it. So,
yeah, totally. Hello, Andrew. It's good to see you. Thanks for stopping in. Stephanie, same here. Oh, yeah, because Stephanie G didn't get to it either. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Leanna said kind of a 3, but it wasn't all that memorable until you talked about other parts of it. Yeah.
Right. Well, that's the thing. I tried to do
about it. It's like,
then you start remembering it. Yeah. See, I tried to listen to it on audiobook at first, and I just couldn't remember anything. That's why I was like, okay, I need to try reading it. Because I had to ask Tiffany, I'm like, wait, because at one point she goes, I seen my ex-boyfriend die in front of me. I'm being framed for murder. I'm like, wait, I didn't even realize that the food blogger guy was also her ex-boyfriend, because I was listening to it and just didn't absorb it. And so I was like, okay, now I got to read this, because I'm like, I don't even remember that. Yeah, I felt like the audiobook wasn't memorable.
Cheryl said, glad I didn't read it. I don't want you guys not to, form it,
That's why I'm glad we're not doing this, because I don't want to discourage anybody from reading it. You guys, some people gave books. I gave 5 stars, 2 stars. So it just.
Absolutely. And I, I mean, I'm going to read book 2. And I agree. I mean, there's been books that I've hated and other people have loved, and vice versa, and that's always gonna be that way. And so
I'll give book 2 a try, because even though I didn't like the first one as much, I think maybe the main character will start to become more likable, or maybe she'll grow up because of things that happened in that one. Maybe
and like we said, it's her
growth, then it might not be so bad.
And like we said, she's a debut author, so maybe. And a lot of times, first books and cozies are choppy. So,
yep, I agree. Sophia said, "Me too." Cajun said, "Me too." Sherry said, "I know I would have DNF'd it."
If you DNF'd homicide, homicide, yeah.
Don't say that, Stephanie. I don't like that.
Yeah,
I don't like that. There are other cozies that represent other cultures better, for sure.
And I'm wondering, you see the cover of this one and the cover of the A is for Aunties has that illustrated cutesy type. Yeah. And it's it makes me kind of shy away from those. And I want to go back to the ones that look, that's the one with the little cat on the cover, or the dog on the cover with the building. And
if you watch Lisa Seifert has a video called Millennial Cozies, and that's one of their things she says. They have the new illustrated covers like that. There's another one that takes place in New York. It's called Killer Content, and she's a blogger.
Yeah, I was wanting to check that one out too, but now I'm kind of worried about it too.
because it's like they're not gonna be like stereotypical just got divorced, moved to a small town. It's gonna be like independent, but like you can be an independent woman but not be a bitch. Like I don't want them to be mean. The main characters can't be mean. Like,
well, and I just don't want some of these, themes, or I don't know.
Well, it's like I know cozies that they might move back to town because they need to revamp and refresh and redo, and then they end up starting their own business in that town, and then they're part of the town, and they like being back there where they were. They're still independent. Even though they moved back to the small town.
And maybe somebody just wants to live in a small town. Like, it doesn't always have to be that it's just, oh, I had to revamp my life. And like, they always make it seem like, oh, I'm hanging my head in shame because I'm going back home, as opposed to just, that's what I want. But I'm just saying in general, like I've said it for a long time. I don't want mean in my cozies. I've said it on video. I don't want mean in my cozies. And I don't want some
heavy
of these topics and themes in my cozies. I just don't. I read romance, I can go and get something there. If I want something that's more heavy, I'll read a different genre. I don't because I want the cozy. Somebody sent me an email of a picture, and it was a cover, and it's like a bloody hand on the cover. They're like, do you think this is too much for a cozy mystery that I'm writing? And I'm like, I would never. I was like, I'm just giving you my honest opinion. I would never pick that up off the shelf, because one of the reasons I read cozies, one of the main reasons I read cozies, is because I want to avoid blood and gore. And so this would be the exact, and I said, I hope that helps. I'm not trying to like squash your, but so I'm going to be honest with you.
I'm okay if the cover has a little blood splatter like over there.
Yeah, or a cute little skull.
Yeah, or there's the handle of the knife, there's a tiny bit of blood going, that it's the murder weapon.
That's exactly. But it's sitting on like a platter of like your
I was just gonna say the Paradel Cafe has like a piece of cherry cheesecake and there's a bloody knife next to it. Yeah, but there's a cute little piece of cheesecake.
Exactly. All that fluff with the little But it was an all black cover with like a bloody hand, and I'm like, I would never pick that up.
I would have thought that was more horror and thriller.
Absolutely.
And the one of the I don't know if later on did they decide to open up their own like coffee shop or bakery or whatever they wanted to do?
Yes.
They do? Okay. Because I know they were talking about that. But in the beginning, they both hated their town that they live in. And it's like, you're supposed to like your town, your cozy town. And they are making fun of it, and so they didn't want to be there. And okay, so the second one, they should be opening their own shop. Okay.
That's what I was going to say. I wonder how that will change things.
And here's the thing I forgot.
The dynamic a lot.
Was there a love interest?
There was this character that started with an A, but I don't know what he was to her.
Not really. I feel like, they might have one that they're leaning towards, but there was no like.
Oh, I know. He's like a lawyer.
What happened with it? She got her front tooth chewed out on a biscotti, and she had to go to the dentist to get it replaced, and the dentist asked her out on a date. So did she ever that's like, I'm like, oh yeah, you got your tooth knocked out, but you got a date out of it. It's like, did that ever?
I think she went out with him once, didn't she?
Yes, but then some, like, he was it didn't. I don't remember why it didn't work out, but it was like, no.
So I was going to say, do we have a Norman Pop thing?
I was thinking of a different book where Cozy and I were the restaurant and how it turned out. I was like, oh wait, that's a different book. I was thinking of the food.
No, I did think it was cool that, even though the cop was trying to be nice at the end, and I think he kind of likes Leela a little bit. I'm not sure if it's going to go that way, because I don't think I could. Like, after he was so mean. To switch him around and make him sweet enough that she wants to go out with him would just be
that's the thing is, like, I didn't read the whole thing, but I felt like the character acted like everybody wanted her. Like, she talked about 3 different guys in high school, and then the one girl's like, you tried to steal my boyfriend in high school, and then the dentist asked her out, and I'm like, so everybody in town's asking you out, and now you guys say the lawyer liked her. It's like,
it was kind of alluded to, like, everywhere she goes, she's liked by all the men, which it starts to feel like, are you the only woman in town? It starts to feel like when the cop is always the love interest. I'm like, there's no other male in town here that's, appropriate age and eligibility. Like, I don't know. That just
surely somebody her age stayed in town just because they like the town, right?
Yeah, exactly. Storm. Cajun said, I'm starting to suspect things are promoted as cozies because the cozy genre has devoted followers. Well, they're going to lose some followers if they keep this nonsense up.
I think, okay, this is what I think. I think that people think traditional cozy readers are all like 40 and up, old ladies, and they want to bring in 20s and 30s and even teens. They're trying to bring a younger audience. But what they don't understand is they do have a wide range audience. We have people in our 20s come in our thing. We have 20s, 30s. We have up to 70s. We have all age. They don't need to make it modern to bring new readers in because you're changing the genre of what it's meant to be.
Yep.
It's not like it's like they have young adult fantasy and they have adult fantasy. You don't need young cozies and old cozies. It's just like keep it the same. You know what I mean? They're trying to diversify the genre. But the problem with that is that authors are going to see these new books are like Arsenic and Adobo is super popular, right? There's a hold at the library and there's hold everywhere. So people are going to be like, oh, people like this. So authors are going to start trying to do it too. And it's just like, I went back and changed Murder at the PTA to 1 star and changed my review on Goodreads because maybe Lee Hollis did that. Maybe Lee Hollis is like, oh, I need to make it modern. And he tried that with his new series. And I don't want other authors to do that. I don't want others to be like, oh, this book sold a lot of books, so I need to try that. That's what I'm scared of. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, wholeheartedly. I don't want.
We don't have a millennial and have them independent and have all that stuff without having to have all the like mean and nasty topics and stuff like that. I mean,
all I want is a small town with some quirky theme and quirky characters, and they solve a mystery. I don't want the extra themes. I don't want
sex festivals and your carnivals
I don't want cussing. Period. That's what I want. And people that are like, well, you're stuck in. Okay, that's fine. That you can say that doesn't bother me any because that's still what I'm looking for. Because I don't read for your pleasure. I read for my pleasure.
Yeah, call me ignorant, but I want it to stay how it is. Like just like the cozies of the 80s and 90s were more grittier than they are nowadays. And then so we got this like good 20-year span of like what we know as cozy mysteries. And now I hope it's not going into a new wave. I hope it's just a little dabbling.
I agree. I didn't get to read Arsenic and Adobo because couldn't get a copy. Don't think I'll add it to my TBR list. Oh no!
I think it's a bad thing it's so popular because
to me, if you have to feel like you need to put a trigger in your cozy, you probably shouldn't be labeling it a cozy. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
so I'm going to let you two talk because I have got to run and do something really quick.
Okay.
I'll be right back. Sorry, guys.
There was actual trigger warnings in the front. I need to go back and look.
In the, like, I don't know if it's like a foreword or afterword or like something she has at the very beginning before it goes.
Oh my god.
Because she talks about how her beta readers were sensitive to certain things because of the way things are in the Philippines.
Okay.
So she had triggers for the drugs and the bad.
Okay, yeah, I see her author's notes. Yeah.
That's why I was like, if you have to put triggers in there, then it's not going to be very cozy.
It says there are scenes in this story that I consider to be harmless mystery genre tropes, especially tame since this is a cozy. This was not tame to me. I mean, it wasn't Murder at the PTA
and
level.
I think that goes along with her too. Is she a millennial? Then maybe she thinks that the things that she put in it is tamer than like the grittier mysteries. But then the people that are reading it might not. So maybe she needs to read more cozies. Maybe she just hasn't read enough like cozy mysteries to understand, what people like in a cozy.
Oh, here it is right here. So for the sake of my readers, I'd like to provide content warnings. Evidence planting and police intimidation, as well as drug use, fat phobia, racism, and domestic violence. Yeah, that's
a lot for just one cozy.
Yeah. No, I would have stopped on page 28 if I would have picked this up on my own because by then I was like, wow, like by page 3, I was triggered. And I'm not super sensitive, but I just don't like certain things.
Yeah. And I think that's the thing too with everybody is, you know, the thing that I don't like, you might like, and some
exactly.
So that's why, you know, other people might like that Arsenic and Adobo because of the stuff that was in it, but it just wasn't cozy to me. And that's like why I said that Mary Muffin book with the religious cult. You know, most of it was cozy, but there was that, and it was just a lot of drama surrounding that, and kidnapped girls and just all that, and it was like, this isn't cozy.
Did you hear what I said, Tiffany? What the author put? Her trigger warnings were for evidence planting, police intimidation, drug use, fat phobia, racism, and domestic violence. Oh, you're muted.
You're muted.
Yeah, I'm just saying, if you have to put that many,
one book.
I didn't even read that because I never read the author's note. And then Cajun, 40 is old. I must be. No, that's not what I meant. But I have heard cozy mysteries described as old lady books. That's what I meant by that. Like, I have heard people be like, oh, those are old lady books. So I was like, they think their audience is 40 up. That's definitely not. I'm 33. 40 is not old to me. But I'm just saying that's the stereotypical. When someone who doesn't know about cozy mysteries, they think of it as an old lady genre. That's just what I'm saying. So I think they're trying to be more modern to make younger readers like it when they don't have to do that.
Lee said she just looked her up and she is a millennial. So that's why I was like, maybe.
I'm a millennial too, but I don't want that.
Yeah, I don't either. Cozy, I just sent you a message on what you call it, Discord. I don't think, truly, I am not fond of the main character in the Chocoholic series, but I like the books. I've never read any of those. Have you guys read any of those?
No, Sherry really likes it though. She's almost caught up, I think. That's the Joanna Carl, I think.
Yeah, Joanna Carl, yeah. I still plan on reading it at some point. It just isn't high on my list. Got it, yeah.
I wonder if Cortagonist has read it. I know she's had it in a haul.
Arsenic and Adobo?
Yeah, but I'm
they
not
read it for book club a couple months
ago. Oh, did they?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I'll have to go back and see what they said.
May or June.
I would be kind of curious to see what they had to say.
Yeah, it's like May or June book club or something.
That's why I didn't want to come on here. I meant to say nothing. I don't want to bash a book. I don't want to discredit an author or nothing. And what's not works for me might work for somebody else.
Yep.
It's just as a whole, it just scares me as a whole because we don't want our genre to turn into the millennial or modern, you know.
I agree.
Yeah.
First books,
That's all it is. Sometimes that's all it is first book. Maybe the second, you guys will have to let me know when the second one comes out. Maybe the second one will be like a cozy. I don't know. Yeah. A cozy with attitude. I'm fine with that. I like when there's spunky characters.
Yeah. Me too. Leanna said, which book did we recently read with weddings? I was so done by the third wedding.
Okay.
What book was
that? I don't think it was a book we read, but if you're thinking about what I'm thinking, have you read the first Donna Andrews book yet? Is it something? What's the first one called?
Well, I don't know what the first book is.
Something with peacocks.
It's a murder with peacocks.
Murder with peacocks. Is that what you're talking about? Because there was 3 weddings in that one, and I was like, what the heck? That's the only thing I could think, because I don't think we've read a book with a wedding in it at all, have we? That I could think of?
I don't think so. Oh, this is what Cajun was saying, and you said
no, that's not what I meant.
One. No, you're not.
Just saying, it's a stereotype that it's old lady books. Yeah, exactly.
I wholeheartedly agree. I'm 59.
Yeah, I love that we have a wide range of readers. We have some people in their 20s, like I said. So
absolutely. Bye, Sherry. Have a great day.
Bye.
Sherry said I'm 58. Jessica said 26.
Yeah, same.
I just looked her up. She's a millennial. Okay. I was just kidding. I knew what you meant.
Yeah.
No, because you're an old soul millennial. He is a he's a stereotypical millennial. Oh,
okay.
Gosh. Nancy, oh, I'm Courtney Cortagnis loved it. Okay. It's okay to have different opinions. Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly.
She said, yep, murder.
Okay. Yeah, I couldn't. That's why I haven't gone back to that series because I'm like, wait, I can't keep up. There's like 3 weddings. There's like 20 people in this family. I don't know what's going on.
Okay, the cover, the title of the next one has me because I really liked Hollow Hollow.
Yeah, what is that? I saw the title.
Homicide and Hollow Hollow.
Is that
It's
like
the
an ice cream?
with the ube in it and everything,
Oh.
but it also comes with like gummy bears on one side, and it has
Ooh.
the only thing that I thought was very strange, and I didn't eat very many of them, is they put beans, just like regular beans, was part of it that you ate with the ice cream, and I thought that was
Oh.
But isn't ube isn't ube a type of bean?
It's a sweet potato.
It's made out of a sweet potato.
Oh, okay.
Like a purple sweet potato.
Yam, yeah. Like the
Yep. Do you guys want to sprint?
Yes.
Oh, we'll go to the top of the hour. Is that okay?
Sounds good. I got to finish up my audiobook. It was getting good.
All right, guys. We'll see you at the top of the hour. Enjoy. Happy reading.
Oh, okay. Put up the time. There you go.
How was your guys' sprint? Wait.
Good.
Good.
I finished my audiobook, gave it 4 stars, and it's by Berkeley. The last one came out in 2017, but the way it ended, I don't think it was meant to be a trilogy, so that makes me sad. Because I think the author probably wanted to write more. And then I'm on page 65 of my ebook.
Nice. I didn't actually read any of the sprint because my mother called and she was talking to me, so I didn't get to. And she doesn't call me very often, so I was like, and she left me a voicemail. I'm like, oh gosh, something's wrong, but it wasn't. She wanted to tell Kevin happy birthday and stuff.
Sable.
I don't remember exactly where I started, but I'm at 45%, and this one part's kind of funny because he's a mixologist or whatever. He works in the bar, and he was mixing Maggie a drink, and he gives it to her and says the Cajun Country Mystery, one of my own recipes. That's like the name of the series.
Yeah, I like when they do stuff like that.
Yeah, I think that's cute. Jessa said, I feel differently about the book. We'll see when I finish it. You'll have to let us know what you think of it so far. We'd love to know.
And I was just thinking at why we sprinted. I feel bad. I don't want to talk bad about books.
I don't think you're talking bad about it. To me, there's a difference between being honest and saying you didn't like it and this is why, and being like, it was crap. I mean, that's not what we're saying at all. I mean,
I don't want to discourage people from reading it. I don't want that.
You know, the thing is a lot of times negative reviews makes people go and want to try it for themselves.
Yeah, because I'm like you. I want to see how I'll feel. Oh, my cat, it's okay. She's trying to get my cat because she's on the desk. She's okay.
So cute. Let me read what Hannah said before, just so I don't forget to read her stuff. She said, I was going to send you my thoughts. Okay, sorry. I was going to send you my thoughts on Arsenic and Adobo. I'm including my first rating as a new Cozy reader and my current rating as a still new Cozy reader. First rating was 5 stars. Current rating is 3 stars. I said it before for Hummus and Homicide. These 2 books have similarities. The murder victim was someone who the MC had an issue with. Food critic, ex-boyfriend, and health inspector, bully, blah, blah. Both die from arsenic at MC's family restaurant, and that MC works at. The killer's motive is family related. Killer's sister overdosed. Oh, it was the sister. Okay. I knew it was. I thought it was sister.
I thought it was.
The victim was responsible for enabling her addiction, and killer was protective over his son. That was Hummus and Homicide, and that's just to name a few. I love the parts where Leela was going to these different restaurants and trying these new dishes. It made me very hungry. I will probably read the next book when it comes out.
Yeah, I think it's funny. We did read those back to back, and I think that's also a reason why I judged this one so harshly, is because I saw similarities too, and I'm like, it was both arsenic. That's funny.
Yeah, there were, and just a lot of similarities, like family, like just like what she said. It's interesting that it, Nancy said I had to eat lunch, so I didn't read. I will have to go at 2:30. Also, sorry, I'm so choppy today. It's no problem, Nancy.
We're gonna do. What time did you want to do the giveaway at?
Whatever time we wrap up, we'll just do it at the very end. And then what I'll do is I will put let me write my email down now, and then you guys send me your email. That way, if you don't feel comfortable putting your email down, because mine's on my YouTube thing anyways, but it's just beachbumbookworm98@gmail. And I'm putting it.
I don't think we'll have this issue because we have a trusted small group, but I know sometimes when people do giveaways, they will create they'll act like they're the person that won. So I don't know. We need some type of verification thing.
Wait, what now?
Like sometimes in giveaways, people will act like they're the winner and they'll email you and say, hey, I won, but it's not really them. So hopefully we don't have anything like that.
Oh my goodness. Please don't do that, because I have oh my goodness. Jessica wants to know what your shirt says, Storm.
My shirt says, I may not be always right, but I'm never wrong. And it's happy.
Nice.
That's funny. Stephanie said 15% again. I'm really enjoying it. And I forgot what you were reading, Stephanie. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I did too.
Oh,
And Stephanie, were you gonna start the Witches Familiar or Witches Cat series by Delia James, the one I just finished? I like book 3 so much. I want to go back and read number 1 and 2 because I didn't initially like them. That's what's funny.
Cation said she read 7%. Nice. Leanna said 14 pages of If Mashed Potatoes Could Dance. I love that title. That's amazing. And I read If Fried Chicken Could Fly and really liked it a long time ago. On page 62. On page 162,
Okay.
not 62. Gotcha. There's Hannah. Hannah, I just read what you wrote. You might have been here for it. I don't know. Nice, Nancy. Just hit 100 books for the first time in my life in a year. And there's
That's
still half a year left.
amazing.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Good job.
LOL, made it in time for my review. Sophia said, congrats, Nancy. I feel like it would be another 5-star book just because of all the twists and the characters and the setting. Gotcha, Jessa.
And you're also new to the genre too, right, Jessa? You haven't read that many cozies.
And there's my email. Book, yep, 98. So if you win and you're the actual winner, email me your email address and I'll send it out. Yeah, that's great.
I know Cajun. I know she's on top. I wasn't moving that much. She wants to be in the screen, but she doesn't want to say hi. Sable. Sable. She turns her back on the camera.
Have any of you heard of the Which Way Librarian mysteries?
Mm-mm. I haven't.
My friend read the first one and she really, really liked it because she's excited she's getting the second one. That's what.
Is it Barb?
Yeah.
Nice.
That's cool. Yeah, I'll post the winners in the Discord too. Absolutely, Hannah.
That's Bait and Witch. That's a newer one. It just came out in 2020. Yeah. Yeah, I've heard of that one.
It looks really cute.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
It's on
cover.
Kindle Unlimited, she said, because I told her I need to check out the first one, and she said it was on Kindle Unlimited.
Well, because book number 2 just came out 4 days ago.
Yeah,
so
she's just getting it from
the.
I think she's getting it from her actual library or Overdrive. But I know she was excited she was getting it. She was telling me about it.
It's opposite. Her head's right here, but looks like it's the other side.
Thank you, Sophia. I think COVID has a lot to thank. Oh yeah, because the numbers of books. Gotcha. Well, at least something positive. Yep, came of it. True. Jessica likes your shirt. I'm assuming that's what she's laughing at. Oh no, Nancy. Burden of Poof by Julianne Lindsay. Oh, that's right.
That's her new one. Yeah.
I'm starting the Delia James book soon. Nice.
Yay.
Yeah, that's amazing. Road, Don't Rock. Oh, yeah.
I could feel it.
I read the first one, Storm. I liked it. Maybe that's the Bait and Witch she's talking about.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, Bait and Witch is on my TBR.
Yeah, that's on mine too.
Which I didn't have COVID, but I've just been home so much. Gotcha. Oh, gotcha. Thank goodness. No, I'm converting from fantasy to cozy mysteries. Yes. So Stabbed in the Baklava will be my second cozy mystery book. For the scavenger hunt, I'm doing audiobooks. Nice. That's so exciting.
Yeah, it's so fun.
Stabbed in the Baklava for my S, since I can still do the summer.
Oh, there you go. Oh, there you go. So then you'll be done.
I never got to the one I wanted. It hasn't come on audio yet, so I'm like,
oh yeah, that's still going on, you guys, until the 22nd of September. The summer readathon.
That is my S as well, and that's my last. And that's my last letter.
Yeah, it's my last.
You guys will be done.
Because I was going to do. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say it's so fun, Jessa. When I first got into cozies, I wanted to read all of them, and that's how I was in the middle of 100 series. It's so fun when you're first starting out. You're like, I want to read this. I want to read this. I want to read this.
Yes, I'm still like that though.
Yeah,
that was how I was with NetGalley when I first got into cozy mysteries.
Yeah.
Ooh, first in series.
Yeah, I wanted to read the S book I originally had because that's the only letter I had.
What do you mean?
But was going to be a J.C. Eaton book, and
Yeah.
it's not on audio. So,
Well, since I'm gonna have to read the rest of this series on ebook anyway, and I can't get an audio, I'm like, well,
Yep.
I might as well just use it.
might as well.
But I want to wait for See Something to come on audio because that's just how I've read that series.
I'm wondering, and I hope this isn't the case, that if a lot of the audiobooks are supposed to be on audio this year are getting pushed back because of the pandemic, like they didn't get recorded in time,
I wonder.
because the 9th Maddie Day book in the country store came out, but the audiobook version hasn't come out. And normally
And
they
usually
come out together.
around the same time, yeah.
And I've noticed in a lot of series the audiobook isn't out yet. So I wonder if like they're not going to be pushed back till next year, which would be unfortunate. Because I'm like itching to read the 9th Country Store book, but I've listened to every single book on audio, so I know that narrator as that character. So I'm like, I can't read it, but I want to read it so bad. But I'm like, I can't. I have to listen to it, so now I gotta wait.
That's like me with like the See Something from the Witch City. I mean, I listen to them all, and I want to listen to it.
So I hope they're only pushed back by a few months. I hope it's not pushed back by like a year. That would stink.
Yeah, and I'm waiting on. There's multiple series I'm waiting on in audio, and I'm like, oh no, because I know the Deputy Donut I am, and just quite a few other ones. And I'm like, oh my gosh.
The 5th book in the Cranberry Cove series is coming out on audio soon.
Okay. Because they took a lot. It took like 3 years.
I only know that because I get to review Tantor audiobooks, and I can pick out like ones that I want. And it was in the section for
Nice. Because there was 3 years in between number 3 and number 4 on audio. So now they're like picking up.
Wow.
Because number 4 had just recently come out. So now they're going to do 5.
And most of Tantor audiobooks I've noticed come on Hoopla usually. So.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of Tantor. You're right.
I wish there was a website. I had asked in Discord, but I don't know. I wish there was a website that would tell you when audiobooks are being released.
Me too.
You could check on Audible, but they don't tell you unless it's like coming close. And it's like,
unless it's for pre-orders, they don't.
Yeah, unless it's like a month away. It's like, I want to know, like, do I have to wait 6 months or like? Because if that's the case, I'll probably just end up reading it. And then
Cajun said big switch from fantasy to cozy. It is.
That's what I did. I went from young adult fantasy to cozies. That's what's funny is I never liked contemporary. I only liked fantasy. I wanted to read like different worlds, and now I'd be lost reading fantasy. It's funny. It's like the exact opposite.
Yeah. Yay! New cozy lover. I love it. So I'm finishing my last 2 letters this week for the summer.
Nice. Which ones you got left? Which ones you got left? Mm-hmm.
I read mostly fantasy and young adult. And Sophia is Sable's gone now.
Yeah, she jumped out. My husband came in. I accidentally, instead of muting, turned the camera off. And then so he opened up our little doggy gate and she ran out.
Oh. How is your other dog doing?
She's a lot better. She's, she still has to take her medication because she's on that for the rest of her life now, but she's not having like episodes where she's shaking uncontrollably or throwing up. She's doing good. Her appetite's back.
Oh, good. Hannah said she's got M&E left.
Oh, nice.
Nice. Do we want to do another sprint at quarter after, which is in like a minute, and then we'll finish comments and do the drawing and wrap up?
Sounds good.
Is that good? All right. Well, we will sprint till 45.
Okay. Yeah, thank you.
All right.
I'm curious to see how the scavenger hunt discussions are going to go. I think that'll be fun.
Yeah.
I was looking on my list of Tantor audios. It comes out in October.
Which one?
Buried in the Past.
Okay. The 5th one?
Yeah.
Awesome. I think that the scavenger hunt will be fun because it'll be like recommendations almost, and like a lot, a lot of people can get ideas from.
It'll be easy reviews. I really like the main character and the
Yeah.
plot, and I give it this grade.
Yeah, we don't have to
Because
pick
I
it
forget
apart.
details
Yeah.
so much that it'll
Mhm.
be nice that I don't have to try to remember. Because like when you ask me a question, I'm like, I don't remember what happened with,
Yeah.
because I won't have to. So I'll be nice.
And people
When you
like,
think about it, though, you kind of remember because I was
yeah,
like, oh
it
yeah,
jogs your
this
memory.
and that.
And
True.
then people like Jessa and Hannah who are new to the genre, they can start new series. But then
Yeah.
us that don't want to start new series, we don't have to.
Exactly.
We can get them up to 100 series like we got.
Right.
Oh my gosh. Oh gosh. All right, guys. So we'll read till 45. Happy reading, everyone. How was your guys' sprints?
I got a few pages read on my ebook, but then Nova was being needy, so I started a new audiobook. I'm doing Game of Cones, which is the 4th book in the Lickety Splits by Cynthia Baxter on audio.
Your audio is like really far away.
Is that better?
Mm-mm. Just while you're working. How was your storm?
Good. I'm halfway through now, so
Cool.
I always figure that's I'm at the part where I can on the downhill slide now.
Exactly. I'm at 72% in my book, so I'm happy.
Nice. And is it better now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. And
Yep.
Storm, you're still doing the Cajun Kiss of Death?
Yeah. Yeah, I
You're
finished the
getting
Hollow
there.
Places last night.
Oh, okay. How did it turn out?
It turned out okay, but I think the main character did some stupid things at the end. I was like, I don't understand. And things like, there's something bad chasing you. Don't go run into your bedroom and lock yourself in there when you know it can bust down the door.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you doing, you dummy? So I said, I think it's more like a 3.5, but rounded up to 4 because I think it did deserve more than 3 because I gave the Twisted Ones 3 stars and I thought it was just okay. And I really did think that this one from the author was better. Just maybe not quite, but I will give it 4 stars in the end, I guess.
Was it as creepy as you thought it would be?
It was okay. It had some creepy moments, but I don't get creeped out very easy, but I can understand when there is a creepy moment, even if it doesn't like creep me out.
Yeah. Gotcha.
So did you guys hear what audiobook I started?
The Cone of Death? Was that it?
No.
Yes.
Game of Cones.
Game
The
of Cones.
Cynthia
I really
Baxter.
enjoy the Cone.
Yeah,
The
Cynthia,
4th one by Cynthia Baxter, Lickety Splits. I enjoy this series. I've listened to them all on audio. This is the latest one out. I don't know if it's going to be the last one, though.
I like that series too.
Yeah.
Leanne,
I have the first 3 on.
Oh wait, now your audio went out again.
Yeah.
They have the first 3 on Hoopla on audio, and then the 4th one's at my library.
Oh, nice.
I think I looked on Goodreads, Tiffany. You need to read number 3, so you could do that in October because it's Halloween themed.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, that's exciting.
Yeah.
I love holiday cozy.
Is the first haunted library one October
Yes.
theme?
Perfect. Yeah. Yeah.
That's
If anybody hasn't started the Haunted Library series, the first one's Halloween theme.
Yep.
There's a couple of books, that are first. And then do you guys ever have it happen where you don't realize it's a holiday book? It was in the Death Becomes Her one. And it's like now it's the 4th one in the chocolate shop. They're saying that Halloween's a week away, but it's like the cover has nothing to do with it. It's so funny. It's like
I don't like that because I love holiday cozies. I'm
so
like,
you want to know, yeah.
Yeah. And I'm like, and I feel like that's like you're missing your opportunity for marketing. Because I think a lot of people like holiday stuff. And I'm like, why wouldn't you? I don't know. I
don't like it when something's not marketed quite right either. Like even in my favorite series, the Dressed for Murder by J.C. Eaton, if you look at the cover, Streetman has like I think it's St. Patrick's Day outfit on or whatever. Okay. And so you think it's going to be about like St. Patrick's Day.
And it's not?
It's not really, except for the very end, but it goes through all these different holidays. It goes from like the end of one year, like through all the way through till like March. So, I mean, it had a lot but there was like Christmas in it and there was all these things. And it's like
in the same book.
Yeah, and it's like,
wow,
where is the St. Patrick's Day come in? He's dressed up as St. Patrick's.
No.
And then I was wondering on audiobook because when I was finishing up my audiobook for the Witch is Familiar, there's a cat named Alistair and he's her familiar and he can disappear and like reappear. And every time she makes him meow, it's so good. Like, does the narrator do the meows? It's so funny. They must, right? It's not a real cat, but it's not really.
Some of them do really good at it, and
some of them do really good, and some of them do really cheesy. But this one was so good. I was like, wow.
Nice.
I was just picturing somebody reading the book and going meow.
Leanna finished 18 pages. That's awesome. Occasions that she read 8%. Jessa said I didn't get any further done. Ooh, Stephanie's at 93.
Wow.
Nancy said she got 3% of the Gunkel. Steamed Open was a 5-star read for Nancy.
Yay.
Cozy's happy.
Mhm.
Sometimes you can tell the artist hasn't read the book or told the plot for the cover.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it was somebody was saying that somebody that Tiffany interviewed was saying that she had to like convince them to change the cover because she's like, this has nothing to do with my book. Like in the background and stuff. Is funny.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think they have a lot to say, and then I don't. But the problem is if they're not reading the book,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Because I had no idea that Death Becomes Her was going to be a holiday book.
Yeah, like Halloween, and it was Halloween week the whole time in costumes. It's like there was no marketing, nothing on the cover. It's like that would have gotten people to start it,
Yes.
for Halloween, and it would have convinced people because I'm always looking for new series where the first book is like Halloween or like be like, oh, I'll read this one in October, but no one would have no idea.
No
Yeah,
idea.
like,
And that cover was kind of needed something else. So why wouldn't they? I don't know.
Put a pumpkin in there or something.
Jack-o'-lantern, at least you would think, oh, maybe this is Halloween.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yes, it came completely out of left field.
And it wasn't just like a little, like sometimes they'll mention a little bit of holiday. It was like she was in costume the whole time.
Yes, every day was like a different costume.
A different like zombie version of Wizard of Oz. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Kind of bizarre for me too. So, Jessa, did you tell us what you thought of Arsenic and Adobo? I know you're not finished with it.
Yeah, you're still working on it, but what do you I think she did say 5 stars so far.
I was gonna say, I thought she said it was kind of going towards a 5-star.
Okay. Nancy said, so off topic, but Dickens changed that ending of Great Expectations because his readers were unhappy. Don't think he could have autonomy now.
Oh. Like he actually like they republished it with a different ending?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Come on, Kairu. Come on, buddy.
How's he doing?
You're a weirdo. Can you say I'm a weirdo? Yeah,
Mine's
come on,
laying
buddy.
back here.
Aw, Dresden. Does her hair grow back fast? I feel like it already looks like it's grown back.
Come on.
It does
There
grow
we
back pretty
go.
fast. It's starting to get like these little waves in it or whatever.
Yeah.
For the curls.
Come on, buddy. Oh my goodness. Oh my. He like gets. So he's up on the couch now, but like when you put a blanket down, he likes to lay on the blanket, but like he acts like he doesn't know if he's walking on. Like he thinks the blanket's in midair or something. He's always like, I'm like, do you think you're gonna fall? And like he's very
like the
weird
texture,
about
like the texture. He feels like it's not safe.
He's really
It's
weird
different
about
than the carpet, so he thinks it's like
yes. I'm like,
Nancy
you're
says
not gonna
there were
fall.
2 endings in the same book. That's funny. So if you don't like this ending, read this ending.
So it's kind of like those choose your own adventures.
Yeah.
Where
It's kind of like the
go to
movies where
page
you get the
68.
DVD or whatever and you put it in and it has alternate ending and you can watch it and see what the alternate ending was.
Come on, baby.
So for the scavenger hunt book, is anybody like locked in with their choices or like, cause I'm still trying to decide. Like, I think for sure I'm going to do Libby Klein as my new to me author, but for suggestion, I have no idea.
I'm pretty locked in with mine.
What did you pick?
Me, I picked Donna Andrews for my new to me author, and then I'm doing the Cider House. Is it Cider Shop rules for recommended one since I need to
Okay.
read that one anyway.
There, yeah. So you're on the third one. And see, that's another thing is I really want to read that too. So I might end up starting 2 new series. But with my thing is I'm going to finish them this year because I don't start series without unless I plan to finish them. So
well, and with
whatever I
it's
choose,
only like 3, so it's not.
Yeah, exactly. And the third one is October. So if I choose that as my recommended, then I have the third one to read in October. You know.
Oh, baby. I'm locked in. I think I'm doing. The dog. I think I'm doing. Well, I'm locked. I said I'm not. It's not that I think I'm doing.
Yeah.
The Jana De Leon for recommended. I think whatever that series is, I can't think of it right now.
It's Misfortune, and the first one's Louisiana Long Shot.
Yeah. So, and that was recommended by Hannah because Hannah is doing a book that I recommended. So I sent her a thing on Discord, and I was like, "Hey, give me a book that you recommend because it might be fun since you know." So I'm doing that one, and then I'm doing for new to me authors a rec from Cozy. I think it's Christmas River, right? Is that the name?
Yeah, Murder in Christmas River.
Yes,
and that one's short. So the Louisiana Long Shot is on ebook, so you might need to start that one now because you're gonna have to read that and Stabbed in the Baklava.
Yeah.
And if anybody didn't know, Louisiana Long Shot, the first one by Jana De Leon, is free on Kindle.
Yay!
Oh, I think you're muted, Storm. Everybody's having audio issues today. It's like cutting me out.
I think I have the Long Shot one on my Kindle. I think I
have it too. I was like, I got it for free. I'm like, and Tiffany mentioned it. I'm like, I'm gonna see if they have it, and they did. So I think she got it. Did you download it already?
That? You're like, oh, that looks good, and then you click on it, and then Amazon says you bought that like in 2014 or something.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So yeah, you might want to get a star on that one now.
I like the change much better. I somehow skipped a couple. I'm sorry. I like the change better. Jessica said, I love all the critters, of course. The Clue movie, like when you watch the Clue movie, it has like 6 endings. It's like, it could have happened like this. And then
really?
And then like it'll be totally different. And then it'll be like, or
it could have been this killer. Or it could have been this killer.
Oh, wow.
Oh, Kevin said, but in the movie theater, they only showed you one ending for Clue. But in the video, it doesn't say like alternative endings where you have to go watch something else. It literally like in the movie is like,
that's cool.
Or maybe this is how it happened. And then
I've watched the movie, but it's been so long, I don't remember.
Oh, I love it.
That's been a long time.
I'm still playing my September TBR. Cajun said, for recommended, I'm locked in, but new to me, not positive.
Somebody's feisty in there.
Nova's trying to play with her sister. My animals, it's like a full moon over here. They're going crazy.
Stephanie's excited that you're reading the Cider Shop. Nancy said, I'm locked in with Death of a Kitchen Diva. My first Lee Hollis. That's awesome. I'm excited for you.
Real Lee Hollis. Didn't you read Murder at the PTA?
Covers both new and recommended. Gotcha.
But see, that's the thing, Nancy, is you have time to read another one because I know you read, because we're not doing the new to you author until like they're going to be separated. So like I know that something in your TBR has been recommended to you. Like people have time to do both. Because she was talking about in her TBR, she had like the Cottage on Gooseberry Bay. She had other stuff that I had recommended.
I'm sure a lot of things that I read has probably been recommended at one point in time. So,
you could make anything work because all you got to do is go to Goodreads and read someone's review that gave it a 5 stars and be like, my Goodreads friend recommended it. Like you can make anything work.
Oh my gosh, Kairu, you're acting silly.
Yeah, because the 11th and the 25th.
Come here.
So you don't have to.
She said she didn't read Murder in the PTA.
Oh, okay.
Come here.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll cover both so you can discuss 2 different books. You know what I'm saying is like I want you to discuss 2 different books at the thing because you'll have time. It's the 11th and the 25th.
Yeah, I just have to remember when I need to have the books read by. It's like,
which one's first? The suggested is first, right?
The recommended is first, and the new to me author is the 25th.
Okay.
Yep. Yep. So
Okay, that's good. That's great, Nancy, that this is what you're starting with because
yes.
Haley Powell, like to me, it's like you took someone that directed Disney movies and then he made a horror movie. Like that's how different it is from like Murder at the PATA to Haley Powell.
A lot different. A lot different, y'all. And his other series, the Desert Flowers Agency series, Detective Agency, is much more cozy than Murder at the PTA. That was a whole different ball game.
Yeah, I think he just wanted to get in on this new millennial or something new. I don't know.
But so I'm glad that that's going to be your first Lee Hollis. It makes me happy because I love that. I love that series.
Me too. I'm all caught up. And the way number 14 ended, I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to feel with number 15. I know there is a 15 because when you interviewed him, he said there's 15. I think he said there's at least 16 right now that he's in contract for.
Oof, that's incredible.
So this series has to be popular because look how many he's already had 14 to schedule. Like it's a good series. There's no way a series can go that long. Like there has to be fans of it. So
absolutely. Justice said, my first one is The Ghost and Mrs. McClure for recommended, and Death at Wentwater Court for new to me author. Okay, who is the author?
She kept saying it in Discord, and I can't pronounce it. It's like Daisy Darmapol or something. It's like a really weird spelling. And then The Ghost of Mrs. McClure is Cleo Coyle's pen name. And I think Sherry is the one that recommends that series.
Yeah. His interview was one of my favorites that I did. He was so personal. All of them, everybody's been great. Don't get me wrong, but I really enjoyed
him and Libby Klein were my favorites. You just kept laughing with her. She was so funny.
Oh my God. If she like sent out a message that she was doing a comedy act, I would buy tickets. Yeah, she was that funny to me. I don't know what it was about her, but she was so funny. And her books are that funny.
Okay, I'm excited.
Very, very funny and witty. Hi, Breezy.
Hi.
She's on a lunch break. Oh, Breezy, you'll be able to catch drawing. Do you guys want to do that?
Yeah, I have everything set up. Do you want me to share the screen?
Sure. What do I need to do?
Okay, I'm the technical, you're the voice, so you just tell me when to pick the winner, and then you'll announce who it is, and then you'll tell me to pick another one. Oh. If whoever wins, if you're in the Discord group, private message Tiffany. If you're watching this and you're not in our Discord,
I put up my email.
She put up her email. You can comment that you won, and because we need legit winners. That's what scares me. Okay, so. Carola done. Oh, okay. Gotcha. All right, so let me share the screen. Hold on, I gotta get my doggy up.
What are you doing? Why are you looking so silly? You've been so silly. You're so silly. What's so silly?
It's like when we need a drum roll.
I know. Sorry,
I keep saying that.
And then my mic got bumped again. I missed my desk chair. It's coming on Tuesday. Okay.
I keep saying that. I'm gonna get like a sound machine that gives like drum rolls or something like that. Because I certainly can't do it myself. Okay. So I got to add it.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, look at that.
Yeah. Okay. You have to put the comments down. Just a second.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
Okay. Yep. Okay. There's ads everywhere. Okay. So, all right. Tell me to start.
Oh, so exciting. The first person, Z
Spumoni.
Yeah. Oh my God. I love that last name.
And they comment, you guys can't really see it small. It says, liked and subscribed. So glad to have found your channel. And it looks like they made a little like crab or octopus emoji.
Excellent.
So
congratulations.
I'm going to screenshot the winners for you and I'll send it to you, Tiffany.
Oh, perfect. Our first winner. That's exciting.
I know. I wish I could hold on. Maybe if I can make it bigger. No. I know. I wish I could get rid of all this hold on. Does that make it bigger?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they did make it bigger.
I wonder if I can make it even bigger.
Spoomoni. Love it.
Okay, so you ready for the next one?
Yes, we're ready. So that was first. Number 2 is Cheryl. Cheryl, I think, is in the Discord, right? Or I know she's in the chat
No.
a lot.
Yeah,
I
not
don't think-
not
yeah.
that.
Not this one. I don't think she's in there.
Okay.
She says, I really like your channel so much. I subscribed a while back. I hit the like button for this video. My favorite food emoji is pizza.
Excellent. Yay, Cheryl. All right. So one more. Good luck, everyone.
You could make an announcement video of like who won and then say comment me below.
Yeah.
Okay, one more.
Dun, dun, dun.
Bachara.
Bachara.
She was here earlier.
Who was here earlier?
And she liked, subscribe, and think you're awesome. And I think that's a cat, and I can't tell what that other one is.
Cool, cool, cool. Yay. Congratulations, everyone.
Congrats.
Fun.
Okay.
That was fun.
Oh, I need to take a picture of that. Those are 3 winners.
Yay.
And I don't think any of them are in the Discord, so you got to make an announcement video saying who won.
I will.
And say comment below, and we'll email. Yeah.
Yep.
Comment below with your email, and then they could email you.
Fun.
Just for fun, let's see if anybody from the Discord 101 next time. Nope. It's all your other subbies.
That's hilarious. You should just keep going until somebody from the Discord wins. Not that I'm
Yeah.
giving out all these gift cards, but just to see how many times it would actually take.
The
I'm
3
not.
winners. No, the 3
He's like,
winners have
huh?
already been. The 3 winners have already been chosen.
Been chosen.
This is just to see.
They've already been chosen. We're just seeing how long it takes for somebody to.
I just thought for sure somebody from our group would like that we regularly chat with. Like nobody here. I was like, okay.
I don't even know like hardly any of these people.
So that person would have won twice.
That's so funny. How could nobody from the Discord is popping up or
Hold
here?
on, Am I still? Oh, Sable. Oh my gosh, my animals. Hold on. Oh.
Hi, Nancy.
At this point, we're just seeing how long it takes, Kev.
I've seen a few people that I know.
Yeah, I've seen people like
We're
pop
very
up.
dark for the winners. Nope.
They just decided it's just your subscribers.
Oh my goodness. Oh, seriously. This is hilarious.
Okay, there we go, Blake.
Yay!
Okay, so I took pictures of. Yeah, I took pictures of your 3 winners. You could. Yeah.
Nice. Bachara, Cheryl A, and Ramoni.
Yeah.
Congrats. That was fun.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm just gonna keep picking until we find one. And my husband's like, and I was like, I'm not giving out cards to all those people. Don't worry.
What'd you say, Storm?
How many of the Christmas River books have you read?
I've read 3.
3. Okay, we've read the same amount then.
Okay. I really like number 3. I really liked number 3. It was good. I have number 4 checked out.
See,
I think they're the first
2 4 stars and the third one 3 stars, but I don't remember anything about them because it's been too long ago.
Yeah, I hadn't remembered number 1 because I read it last December, but then I did 2 and 3 recently, and then I really liked it, and I got really into number 3. And then the first 9 are on Hoopla, and the rest are Kindle Unlimited. I think there's like 20 books out so far, or something like that.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
Oh, in the Christmas River?
Yeah.
Ooh.
It doesn't mean you have to add it to your SAS list. It's just because I think you would like it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. Congrats, everyone. Yeah, I guess you're right. Breezy.
There's 12 books, so don't get too panicky.
There's only 12. Okay.
Yeah, I was just looking at.
I thought there was more.
Well, and like she said, I don't have to add it to my SAS list. I just,
No.
but I might next year. You never know.
I just think
Looks
it's
like
fun.
I'm reading two that has nothing to do with my SAS list, but
Yeah. Well, I have so many to finish on my SAS list. Oh boy.
There's 13. The main character owns a pie shop.
Ooh,
And in the first, her name's Cinnamon, and in the first one, there's like a gingerbread competition or something going on.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna love it.
It's not as Christmassy as the year-round Christmas books, but it still has that feel because it's a tourist town. They're called Christmas River, and like in book 3, it was like a Christmas in July parade. Like so, like they do different stuff, but it's not like so Christmassy that it's like hits you in the face. It's just like just enough, you know.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm excited to read it.
Yeah.
So, well, this was our last book club. So I know I've did the announcement video, and I think most people here know, but moving forward, next Saturday will be a regular just chat and sprints. That will be September 4th, I think it is. And then the September 11th will be the first scavenger hunt pick.
Yeah.
And that is your recommended. Oh, I don't know what
I was trying to comment to Stephanie, and I had my volume up.
Oh, and then so that's September 11th, and then the 18th is the series read along, which is Stabbed in the Baklava by Tina Cashian, book 2 in the Kebab Kitchen or Kitchen Kebab. I don't remember. I always forget.
Kebab
And then Kebab Kitchen. And then the following, that's the 18th, and the following is 24th, 25th, whatever that Saturday
25th.
is, 25th, is the second scavenger hunt pick, and it will be a new to you author. But it doesn't have to, it could be a pen name, it can be anything, however you want to interpret it. So I hope everybody likes the direction.
And they don't have to be cozies, but hopefully one. And non-spoiler, so don't worry about spoilers for any of the books. It's just basically a big recommendation video.
Exactly.
And then on September 18th, after we discuss Stabbed in the Baklava, we'll pick October's prompts.
Yeah, which is exciting.
Wouldn't that be so fun if we got like read a book with orange on the cover and read a holiday book for October? That would be fun.
Yes.
What if it's like read a winter book? It's October.
I wonder if there's a way. I don't know, but like if we could do just what you used for the themes, where it would come up on the screen, spin and come up on the screen.
If I was techie, I can look to see if there's like a way I can make a will.
But you made all of those cards.
Yeah, and that's the thing is there's like 100 in there. You're not going to be able to fit 100 on a will. Yeah,
it was more just like thinking like, oh, maybe we could have. I'm not saying, you really worked so hard on it.
If there is a program where I could enter in every prompt and do it that way, it is fun to do it like that. But yeah, I did put a lot of work into it. But I wouldn't mind. I'll research that because that could be fun, and then everybody would get to see it. But
oh, good. I'm glad some people are excited for September because I didn't know how people were going to feel, but I just feel like starting all those new books is just too much. It
didn't bother me either way. So
I know you don't seem to have a problem starting new series.
No, that's why I said like in the Discord, I was like, I see a new one, and it's like, oh, a new series.
But it's just it's like Tiffany goes back and forth a lot, but you really go back and forth. Like I don't know how you could read a book 2 years ago and then read the next one. Like it's so hard for me to get back into them.
Well, I haven't read the Christmas River ones, and we'll see if I go and read number 4. If I'll I'll be like, oh, it's been too long ago. I don't remember.
Yeah. Well, you said that happened to you with the country store. Yeah. You couldn't get back into it, but you could get back into something else.
Yeah. Maybe it was just, I don't think I was a real big fan of the country store one to begin with. And so maybe that's why.
And I do think it depends on the book. And I've noticed for myself, even though like a lot of the books series that I end up dropping, I think I dropped one cozy series, but dropped several romance series on my SAS list, was there had been so much time in between
Mhm.
them. And it wasn't that, some of it may have been that I just couldn't get back into it. But I think some of it was that my reading preferences had changed.
For sure.
Too. So I think that makes a difference. So that's part of the reason I want to start so many series, because I want to read them closer together. It's not that I want to binge, but I definitely don't want that much time in between.
Yeah, but like let's say there's a 5-book series and you read all 5 within the year, you'll get more enjoyment out of reading all 5 within the same year than you'd get reading it over 3 years. Like you don't have to read it all in the same month, but if you like work on a few series at a time.
Exactly. I do prefer doing that now.
And then I had the opposite where I didn't really like the first 2 books in the series, and then I waited 2 years and then I loved the third one, so that was weird.
I do think my reading tastes have changed a little bit, as like I can tell with like even like horror books and stuff, that it's like the lady in our messenger group when we do our horror book club, she's like, I don't think you like horror.
Oh, wow. Because everything has disappointed you.
Things I don't like.
Yeah, and then Leanna, exactly. Some series are like old friends you never forget. That's the same. There's some series that I can go back to and I remember so many details, and it's so weird. Like the Country Store Mystery. I read those like one a year because I'm all caught up, but I still remember everything about it. And there's some like you remember everything about the Magic Potion series, even though it's been a long time since you. It's so funny how we remember stuff, and then other things. I could read it 2 weeks ago and I couldn't tell you what happened.
And I read the Magic Potion series and I couldn't tell you who the main character was.
Yeah,
Carly Bell Hartwell.
Yeah, she remembered the name. I was like, oh my god.
Well,
I don't know why, because there are other books that I read that sometimes like
they basically said the same thing.
Yeah, that's so funny, Leanne. Yeah. So, well, I'm really looking forward to September and the changes. I really, really am, and I'm super excied that the series read along. Everybody mostly enjoyed the books. I think we had a couple people, but that DNF'd, but like the ratings were way higher than usual. I know Storm gave it a 3, but I think any Storm's gonna. I feel like a 3 for a food cozy for Storm is like. We're good.
And I know. I keep wanting to find a food series for her that she loves.
But I think almost everybody else gave it a lot. There were a lot of 5s.
Yeah.
So I'm excited.
I think my favorite series that has to do with food is the Supper Club series by Ellery Adams.
Yeah, I saw that in your tag. Yeah.
Yeah, I just saw that too. That's my favorite series by Ellery Adams. I like the Book Retreat, but I think the Supper Club is my first, and then Book Retreat's my second.
I think that's going to be the next one I try.
I've read every series by her except for her newest series with the scones and stuff.
I haven't read that one either.
Did you even do the Charmed Pie Shop one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I want to try that one too.
Nope.
Yeah, but I'm between Charmed Pie Shop and Supper Club for what I want to start next.
I like the Charmed Pie Shop, and I'm on the fence whether I think Tiffany would like it or not. I don't know. Because it is.
I haven't tried it.
It is kind of paranormal.
I'm kind of in a paranormal mood. I need to go back to
proper paranormal museum.
Yeah, I know, but I'm in the middle of a couple too.
Whatever.
Because the Charmed Pie Shop, she like bakes her because she's a witch and she bakes her stuff into the.
Oh, so she is actually a witch.
Yeah. So her emotions are in what? So if she's feeling sad and somebody takes a bite of her pie, they might feel sad. But if she's like in love and somebody takes a bite of their pie,
So it's like she's a kitchen. So it's like she's a kitchen witch.
Yeah, kind of. They've got kind of I can't remember a whole lot from it, but it's different. That's why I was like, I don't know if Tiffany would like it or not. So
yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I would or not. And then I tried her antique series. I just didn't get into it because I'm not a big antiquer. I know some people really love it. That's not really my thing.
I like it, yeah.
So, but if I was, it had nothing to do with like plot wise. It's just not. It'd be like somebody who doesn't like to cook, they're not going to be into culinary or something like that, right? Or so.
It's like she has antiques and the church one. She has antiques and a church. She has a lot of series. Okay.
She does have a lot of series.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, she's the most read author that I have.
Yeah.
Because
So
I've
you
read
did
her.
her antique. You did her antique series too.
Yeah.
Dang.
I only read part of the first one, and I was like, and like I said, it wasn't anything to do with anything else except that I'm not.
Yeah, and then
Well, it just
I binged Books by the Bay this year, which I really did like. I don't know if Tiffany would like. It's very eloquent and like
Yeah.
almost lyrical in the writing. Like the writing's really good.
It took me a couple of books to where I liked Olivia. So
Yeah, I liked Olivia and how her character grew. I would definitely recommend it. Try it on audio. They're just really long. Like that was my only issue with the books. They're like 10 hours, like 9,
But
10 hours, and
Tiffany,
it just felt really long.
you read the newest book retreat one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember the character Olivia with the dog Haviland?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's a
she's the book
crossover.
from the Bay. That's the character from book.
Oh, okay.
So that's
Yeah,
what
she
I
has a
thought.
giant
I was like,
poodle.
oh wait, she has a dog,
Yeah.
and I think his name is Haviland. So I had to ask
Yep.
Cozy. I was like, is that because I'm like, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
that's
it's her giant poodle.
Oh,
He was my favorite character.
Yep. I know exactly who you're talking about. I know, and I'm excited to do spotlights of paranormal stuff. I think
I
it's
feel
gonna
like
be
you've already done that. You haven't?
Mm-mm. No,
Oh,
because
wow.
I was saving it to do around this time. I wasn't the biggest fan of the charmed pie. It was super cutesy,
Oh,
but I was also new to Cozies when I read
Mm.
it. Ooh, I love the Supper Club. Me too. It's my favorite by her. I love culinary cozies, but not cooking. Maybe it's the unknown. Could be.
yeah.
Books by the Bay reads a little different than her others.
Okay. Yeah. See, I didn't know what to expect because I'm like, the writing's like lyrical and the topics are a little heavy and it's, there's kind of like drama that happens in every book. So I'm like, I didn't know what to expect
But I
because
think
I want.
her book retreat series is kind of different too from other.
Yeah,
cozies.
Tiffany was saying it's a little different. And then so the Charmed Pie Shop, I hope it's like light and fluffy, but she did say it was cutesy, so that's good. Because I'm like, I don't want every one of her series to be heavy. And the Secret Book and Scone Society seems heavy because I sampled the first chapter of that, and that seemed so not like heavy topics, but like you know what I mean, just like not.
But her series hasn't ended badly or horrible or make me want to throw them across since that one. So I'm like, I hate it when somebody read her and that was the first one they read by her, and I read reviews and I'm never reading this author again. And it's like, but no, her other books are really good.
Yeah.
Pie Shop is definitely lighter. Cool. Yeah, I just don't know about the which part. It just depends. Some, and I don't. Yeah, just depends.
Because you like the magic potion, so.
Yeah, and I like the Kitchen Witch series, and it just depends on how much paranormal and like when it gets like.
You need to do. I should have recommended this one for you. I forgot. The Enchanted Garden. I know you put it in your spotlight by Bailey Cottrell. It's only 3 books. It's not paranormal. The only thing that makes it enchanted is she has like a sense. Like if someone comes into her shop, she can sense what type of oils to use for them and stuff. And then she has like a garden in her backyard. And the only thing that's slightly paranormal is she feels like her grandmother's presence, but it's never her ghost or anything. I think you'd really like that one. And
yeah, it sounds like it.
Yeah, and Enchanted Garden's fantastic. Yeah, it was great. I read it in February.
Tiffany, it says you read the first one in the Charmed Pie Shop on Goodreads. It gave it a 3.
Really?
Yeah. I was just looking it up to see what and you're like right there at the top.
Is that is that the brown? Is it brownies and broomsticks?
No.
What is it called?
Like lemon pies.
Pies and Prejudice was the first one.
Oh, I have read that. I don't remember it, but yeah.
And then it has things like lemon pie and alibis.
Yeah.
I only read the first one, I think. But I need Paranormal Light is right. Exactly.
Yeah.
I need to fix my Goodreads. I have books on there, so many that I've read and have not marked. I don't mind when I've I don't feel like there's all that I've marked and haven't read. I don't think that happens because, it's me marking them. So I don't mark books I haven't read. That's never been an issue. But I have a lot of books that I'm like, I've read that and it's not marked. And
But
frustrating.
how are you gonna
Yeah,
remember?
I'm not. I'm saying I need to get better at it from here.
It says you read it almost. It's like just a little over a year ago. So it says
Oh wow.
July 8th, 2020.
Yeah, see, I remember every cozy I've ever read.
Oh,
But I also keep a notebook. But it's like I would go crazy if I couldn't tell you.
yeah.
Thank you, Stephanie. I'm very proud of it. I seriously want Tiffany's password so I can categorize her romance and her cozies because it's so hard to go. She has like 5,000 books and they're not separated.
I'll give you my password. It's just Goodreads.
That would be your birthday present from me is I'll organize your shelves.
My problem is I really try to be organized, and like I'll get a notebook, and I bet I have probably 3 different notebooks that have my cozy mysteries and things in it in different ways or whatever, and then I just quit, and then I try.
But you're working on your Goodreads, your shelves. Are you still slowly working on it?
Yeah.
Victoria,
it's a mess. I kind of wish I could just like scratch it and start over.
I know. I thought pretty much what I did. I took out all the books that weren't cozies that I had read like up to 10 years ago. And then Cajun, I've heard that series is kind of dark. Is it? I think it was Di from her channel.
I know a lot of people like that one, but I haven't.
Yeah. I think somebody was saying it's kind of dark. Or it could be something else.
I've heard of it, but I haven't read it. I know. I know. I need to go in. Yeah. I keep finding series not marked as read from before I start. Exactly.
On my want to reads, I am almost really tempted to just go and wipe it all out and then just go and look on my bookshelves and start putting back.
Oh my gosh.
But then you're going to forget stuff.
There's no way I could do that.
You're going to forget. And see, I tried to make a spreadsheet. I give up. I can't do spreadsheets. I'm a pen and paper. I'm pen and paper and Goodreads. Like this is going to be my series journal. And so I'm working on that where I put all my cozy series that I'm in the middle of and that I want to read and I cross off as I go.
See, here is one where I started with my cozies. See, in this one, I started a long time ago. I had ones that I had on audiobook, ones that I had.
Watch you keep going.
Highlighted them. The ones that I read, they were highlighted.
And see, that's what I do. It's so fun. Tiffany said she'll be right back, guys. It's so fun to cross it off.
But I'm using this now I'm trying to.
I just cross off the number. I don't do the whole thing. But that's so satisfying to see the whole series is done, and then you have other ones
And now I'm using this for books to watch for in 2022. I've got my list going, so I'm trying not to grab so many books off in the next year. And they're so tempting because they're right there, especially the ones that I'm auto approved for. And so,
but okay, so my thing with Goodreads or NetGalley is if it's a new series or book 2, grab it. But if it's book number 12 in a series and you haven't read it yet, don't get it. Don't get it because you're not going to be able to give a review to the publisher.
Yeah, I don't do that. I usually look for book number 1 or if I
one to 3 max. So
my goal is to use NetGalley for maybe small press books that I know I can never get at the library or anything like that. They don't ever come to the library. And sometimes they're not even on Hoopla, so you never know.
That is the thing too, though. Yeah.
Yeah, and then if it's a series that I'm already currently caught up with and reading, then I'll go ahead and get the next book in that series.
Or a new one you will read, not just I might like that.
Or if it's a favorite author and they come out with a new series, then I'm going to go ahead and grab it. But not to just go grab Happy and stuff like I do a lot. So I'm because I know I can get
it's tempting because they're free book.
Exactly.
A lot of those books probably on Hoopla or a library or something like that. Especially since I've got 3 different libraries to choose from now. Surely I can find half of them.
Exactly. That's what I think. I'm I use tons of places. I should be able to find most of everything I would want, you would think. Oh, that's the Victoria Laurie. She said that's why she stopped reading. It was getting darker. That's good to know. Do you have a story graph, Storm?
Yes,
I do
and
too.
I haven't used it very much. I'm trying to figure it out still a little bit more, but yeah.
I do too. Yeah.
You're not sound. Your sound is out again.
Me?
No,
Mine.
Rose.
I was saying
Yeah.
I was surprised when Tiffany said she liked Storygraph better because it's so confusing to me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't think that necessarily that it's confusing to me. It's just something different, and I'm used to how
Yeah.
Goodreads
And
is,
that's the
and
thing
so-
too, is I don't like change. And I've used Goodreads for 10 years and I'm like, I have all my shelves how I want it. I know how to use it. I'm like, nope, I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
But if you're like you guys and you want to jump ship and just start fresh, it's good.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I
But
think that's
don't do-
probably what
don't
I'll
do
with
that,
my
Storm.
story graph is to
Yeah,
start fresh on that one.
That's what
and
I'm saying.
see-
Start fresh on there, but not. You've been using Goodreads for like over 10 years, like me too, right? Like a long
Yeah.
time. Yeah, don't delete all your Goodreads
Oh.
because you'll be upset. But start fresh on Storygraph. And give yourself a goal. Be like, just work on it a little bit each day or once a week. And eventually your Goodreads will get to where you want it. So.
Cation said she used to use FicFac, but they shut down. I've never heard of that.
Me neither. Was it like a bookshelf thing?
I can't.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I stopped using NetGalley maybe quite a while ago. I just banned myself.
Well, I guess
That's what
I
made me
should
feel
pressure
bad.
myself, but I don't. If I don't get it read in time, I don't let it bother me. So
Yeah, see, that's the thing is like if I'm like to me, it's like somebody's handing me something for free, but they're like, you have to give a review to get this for free. So if I don't do the review, I feel guilty like I stole it. You know what I mean?
which is
Like-
also another thing that I'm trying not to get so many so that I can catch up with my back NetGalley ones too.
Yep.
Yeah. I know like the Bookish Knitter is saying she had books from like 3 years ago on there, and I'm like, because you get your auto approved for stuff, so it just
Yeah. We won't
It's
go
not
there
good.
with like
I banned myself.
And
Like,
then Tiffany I would read her NetGalley reviews on Goodreads and they're really good, but Tiffany would like read book 4 out of a series and just like, so she would just jump right in. And now she's liking going to the beginning now that she has more options.
Oh yeah. I
Yeah.
used to only read in order, but when
Yeah.
I went to all audio,
You just took
It-
yeah.
I just took what I could get wherever it was in. That was before I had Hoopla and stuff, so it made
Yeah.
a difference. But yeah, no, I have the NetGalley was just I have no self control. I need until they have like a book tender that will cut me off the same as a bartender. I'm out. Like
It's like taking a book lover into a bookstore and say, here, choose what you want. Like you can't not just choose one.
right? No, I have no self control, people.
I know
Yeah.
when I signed up, I'm like, oh my gosh. Then all of a sudden I have 13 books due within 2 months. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't even feel like reading half of these.
when I
Exactly.
first got auto approved for like Kensington, yeah, it was kind of like
Oh, crazy. Mhm.
because that was right when I was getting into Cozies and stuff, and so
Yep.
it was crazy.
No shelf control.
Exactly.
Yeah.
A book tender that cut and cozy. That's the name of your business.
Yes, I need a book tender. Exactly. That's what I need one. And until NetGalley provides,
I know.
I have
Yeah.
to have
Yeah,
I have to-
Galley needs to be like your percentage is too low, so we're cutting you
Now,
off. Like they,
I will say that I have tried doing this a couple years in a row, and it doesn't always work, but we're trying really hard for next year. Because I'll write, like, I think at the beginning of, like, at the end of 2020, I was like, okay, for 2021, we're going to
Yep.
write down these. We're not going to get these, but it didn't work. Or try again.
I think it's a good idea. That way you're more focused on what you have. Because now you have Hoopla and you have a lot of options. You don't have to worry about it not be at the library.
And I stare at all the books on my shelves that are sitting
Yeah.
there unread.
Yeah. Yeah, you need to read your TBR you already have.
Yeah. Oh, it was a series tracker. That would have been nice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's cool. Gotcha, Sophia.
I have a
You like that?
I have a shelf on Goodreads called Not Released or Not Out, where it's all the books that aren't out yet. So every time I find something that's gonna be that's the same thing. I used to write it down too, but it's that way it's easier for me to see on Goodreads. I'll be like, oh, what's coming out in October?
And
I
one
can
of the things
look
with
at my
my
shelf.
Goodreads that I mean, it's really a total mess is because I used to do like a whole bunch of different like executive shelves and stuff like that. And I didn't realize if you delete those, it automatically marks everything as like it's all red in your red. And so a lot of those books were not read. So now they say they're read, and I'm like, wait, I don't remember reading that one. So then I have to go and put it back on the want to read or whatever. That's why I said it's a real big mess. It's just a mess.
Yeah, see, that's the thing is I wish I could help you, but I can't help you in that way because I don't know what you've actually read. Yeah. So it's like I can't go into your brain and like, but Tiffany, I can help her organize, but I can't help go being like, you haven't read this one, but you said you did, or you did read this one. I can't do that part, but
on Goodreads, it's my want to read shelf that I'm trying to organize right now. It's not things that I've read.
Yeah, and you're putting it like if you own it or if it's a library, right? Yeah.
I'm thinking about maybe just wiping that section out, like, and starting over, because then I can go through my Kindle and I'll be like, do I want to read this? If I do, put it on there. If I don't, take it off my Kindle, because I have so many things. Because there was a time when it was like, oh, it's free. Oh, it's free.
Yep.
Oh, it's free. Oh, it's free. But I've never read any of them, and I probably don't even want to read any of them. Yeah. So I need to decide.
Yeah, it might work as long as you keep up with it.
Need to clean my Kindle out at the same time.
Stephanie said she just weeded out her read shelf and started it over. It was so nice. I can't do it. No.
Well, because you'll forget. You'll forget what you want to read.
That's my thing. I probably won't get. Obviously, I have 5,000 some books on there, and I probably will. I'll never get to half of them. But the thing is, when I see a book that looks even mildly interesting, I just put it on there. I know a lot of people aren't that way, but I won't remember to ever find it again if it's something I really do want to read. So I'm just like, bing, bing, bing.
Yeah, because Lee said she'll only add it if she knows she wants to read it. But my problem is if I find something in 2014, I don't end up reading it till 2022, but I still want to read it. I ain't gonna remember from like 8 years ago.
That's why I made an exclusive shelf for a wish list. And so on that list, on that one, I put all the
stuff you don't have, but you
don't actually have, and I want to put on my want to read list the one that I actually do have.
Well, see, my thing is I only own probably 10% of my want to read. The rest is all library.
And on my wish list, I put like the tag for like I can find it at the library, or I can find it on Hoopla, or I can find it, at my actual library or whatever.
That's very organized.
I'm trying.
Yeah, I don't have that many.
It's just going to be a long process.
Mm-hmm. So that means I have a spreadsheet to refer to as well. My want to reads or stuff that isn't on a separate sheet.
Okay.
Oh my goodness!
I knew all the books that I read for like years ago, because I didn't start actually keeping track until like maybe a few years ago and stuff. So like there's so many books that I can't even remember that I've read.
Me too.
And when somebody, you have those tag videos and they're like, what's your favorite book from what?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I just watched one of your videos today or yesterday, and you mentioned, I think it was your school tag, and you mentioned how to eat fried worms. And I'm like, oh my God, I loved that book.
Yeah, that was it. Because it's like, what was the book that got you into reading? I don't know. I've been reading since I was like little, and there's just always been books. I remember my dad used to read to me, and he used to do like the voices and stuff like that. And then the books that I could remember that I read, I don't know if they were the first ones that I read, but just ones that I can remember.
There are some people that will put their childhood books on there, but no, I just put stuff that when I started to become an avid reader, I didn't start reading a lot till like 2009, 2010. So.
Yeah, I know that there are a ton of books that I don't have on there that I've read. And that's just because I only started using Goodreads 2-3 years ago, something like that.
Oh gosh.
I think in 2019. Yeah, I didn't start using it.
So you just find books at the bookstore, like you wouldn't even research?
Yeah, no, I didn't. Wow. And so I was like, oh gosh. And so I know there are a ton of books, because I've been a reader all my life. So I know there's a ton that I've missed. I mean, ton, but I usually check them out again and I'm like, oh.
Yeah, see, that's the thing that would be frustrating is you've borrowed some books and you've already read them.
Yes, I've done that. I hate it when I use
I've done that
on the
twice
Book of Murray
already.
Road.
My husband is telling me he's starving, so I need to go.
Yeah, we got to head over to my grandmother's for a little bit. So
Enjoy your dinner tonight.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. Everybody have a great weekend.
Yeah. Thank you
And
for
we
joining
will-
us, Storm.
Yes, Storm. And we will see you all on Monday for reading sprints. More reading, less talking. Books down. Or eyes down, books up. Whatever.
Books down, eyes up.
Yeah, I'm working on it. Oh, thank you. Somebody said happy birthday, Kevin.
Yep. Happy birthday.
Yep.
Is his
Happy
birthday? Is his
birthday,
actual
Kevin.
birthday yesterday
Tomorrow.
or tomorrow? Nice.
Yeah. All right, guys. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.